Hi guys. I don't usually go live at this time, but I decided to because once again, people are concerned with what Julius is posting. The world of boxing Twitter is free to post whatever it wants without me giving a fudge. But when I say that the PBC froze Terence Crawford out, you get upset. Michael! You know? Nah, I'm not going live for the UK card. I just wanted to do a quick live because arguing with the people on Twitter, which I hate to do, it's cut into my morning where I normally edit episodes of the relay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it in reverse. Instead of going live later on, I'll go live now so I can get out 2 episodes of the relay later on today. And one thing that seems to have grabbed a lot of people's attention is a post that I made where I suggested that Terence Crawford does not owe any of his success to anything the PBC did or Al Haymon, because all they did was stifle his career. If he's not a bigger star, it's because of them. What people love to leave out when they accuse Top Rank of failing Terence Crawford is Top Rank reached out to Danny Garcia. Top Rank reached out to Keith Thurman. Top Rank reached out to Sean Porter. Only Sean took the fight. Only Sean. But Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, Errol Spence. There's your PBC welterweights right there. There's your PBC welterweights in a nutshell. And Top Rank tried to make fights with all of them. They tried. But Top Rank cannot force Keith Thurman to take a fight with Errol any more than I can force Ice Spice to show me her ass crack. No. It's a childish argument to pretend that Top Rank is the reason that fights didn't happen, or that Top Rank as a promotional outfit failed Terence Crawford when the situation was out of their control. You can't force Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, or Errol Spence Jr. to take a fight with your fighter. You can't force them to do it. So when you're in a situation that you have a fighter campaigning at a weight where most of the welterweights, most of the fighters are on a rival promotional outfit, there's not a lot you can do. This is fruit. I'm not going to say the fruit because I don't want the people on the other side of boxing Twitter. This is fruit. It's not pineapple, but it sounds like Anglo. You know what I mean? It's childish. Shoot the link. To me, it's childish because now what they want to do is attribute Terence Crawford's success to Al Haymon, when Al Haymon is the reason that his career was stifled for the last 5 years. And they don't want to admit that, even though it's very obvious. You just want to be obtuse. Very obvious they froze him out. In Terence Crawford's own words, he was blackballed. So what are we arguing about? Got Michael in the building.
I just seen who you're arguing with on Twitter, bro.
Arguing with a lot of people, bro. I'm arguing with like 7 people at the same time.
Do not waste your time with that one girl, bro. The Marley girl, bro. She's actually stupid. Trust me, I've been there, bro. Like, she just, like, don't waste your time.
Well, she came to me, bro.
Bro, I've been noticing, bro, you've been going at it with these people, bro. I don't know how you have the patience for it. I just can't do it. Just ignore that shit, bro. What I like to do, I like to rub salt in the wound, bro. I just like to just shove it down their face, like, you know, Terence Crawford really be y'all man. It really
I'm
wasn't
not.
tremendous.
I like to make people feel bad without insulting them outright, because I don't have to insult them. I don't have to say nothing bad about you. Everything bad I have to say about you, I can say without saying it. You have the fucking nerve, the gall, to argue this shit, having researched none of it. I don't have to say anything bad about you. Childish. Leave me alone. Fucking childish.
Yo, before we get into like boxing shit, you boys hear that Easy Mill fucking Eminem track, The Realist?
No.
It's because you got yeah, man. I mean, yeah, okay. You hear it, listen to it.
I'm gonna do that.
All I really did was repeat the sentiments that Terrence Crawford already expressed himself on $1 Million Worth of Game. He said it himself. He was being blackballed. It's the truth. All of this stuff is literally, whoever mic that is in a high school auditorium, mute that shit. All I did was show the paper trail, the chronology of them trying to make a Danny Garcia fight, trying to make a Thurman fight. Obviously, they wanted to do the Spence fight, and they even did the fight with Sean Porter. So where do you get that they failed him, and it's not that Al Heyman froze him out? I mean, it's very obvious that he froze him out. It's very obvious. And the only reason that we got the fight, credit to Errol Spence Jr., was because Errol decided to deviate from the plan, because it was not their plan to do this fight. It's very simple.
Jules, may I add to that?
Go ahead, Umbai.
How you doing, good brother? I'm loving when you're killing them online, especially when you do it in your English royalty voice.
He does it in such an obnoxious way.
I wanted to say this real quick. Floyd Mayweather, after the fight, even stated, "I didn't want the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight." He even stated it. What do we need? Like, I've been doing so much research. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Jules, you made my boxing fandom increase. I research and research and research, and if I don't know it for certain, I'm gonna say this is not a fact. But this is clearly a fact that Bud was froze out. This is what made me go to the Bud side. I was a little bit more of an Errol Spence fan until these negotiations happened, and I was like, this shit pissed me off. Oh, Bud beat your ass. But Spence got his respect back from me because he manned up. He went against the grain. He got the fight. Remember that petition to WBC for the 154 for Thurman? They did that on behalf of Spence. Spence didn't want that shit. Take the L out of Lover because it's over. And he held his word. Even though he got his ass whooped, I salute him for it. But at the same token, he's partly responsible for the narratives that has happened, though.
Absolutely, because they watched, for example, right? And this is why I'm still a fan of Stephen Fulton. I don't care if he got his ass whooped. He made that decision. They had a plan for him the same way that they had a plan for Errol. And the plan was to go up in weight and fight Figueroa again. But he decided, I ain't no pussy. I ain't no bitch. I ain't scared of this guy. We gonna fight. That's what we gonna do. He want to fight me. I got these belts. Let's get it on. I respect that, right? But he could have did the bitch shit. Oh, I'm gonna go fight Figueroa again, even though I beat him already. No, he went against the grain. He went against the plan. Industry insiders told me he demanded to fight Inoue. Demanded. Inoue is a top-ranked fighter. So what does that tell you? That when a fighter want to fight, you gonna get.
He gonna make the fight. He puts his foot down because at the end of the day, they work for you. You don't work for them. Now, don't get me wrong. You it can hurt you and cost you because they have the power of your head. But at the end of the day, when you get to a certain point in your career, you can dictate those terms of how you want your career to go. Bottom line.
And I told he knew that with Inoue, at minimum, he knew that I'm not gonna make fighting Brandon Figueroa again.
I'm not making $3 million off of it. He was making $3 million. Remember before the fight when you said I don't think he's gonna do it. I told you he got too much pride. He ain't no punk and he gonna make the fight. Didn't I tell you it? I told you.
I'm not gonna lie.
The moment that fight was announced, win, lose, or draw, you get my ultimate respect. I didn't think he was gonna win. I thought he had a chance, but I didn't think he was gonna win. but he has my ultimate respect,
I'm not
and
gonna
I'm
lie.
a fan of Stephen Fulton.
Go
Period.
ahead, Mike.
Unbiased was the only one on this channel that was saying that fight was gonna get made.
He did say that.
Nobody
He
had
said
said
that
it did.
adamantly.
You called it. You called it unbiased. I gotta respect you for that.
I'm biased. I'm biased. I'm biased. You know what I'm saying? And they getting mad at me. They getting mad at me because no, y'all don't get to throw out confetti. Y'all was happy. The same people that's arguing this shit. Y'all was the ones trashing Bud. Y'all the ones trashing Top Rank. Let me tell y'all something, man. I ain't gonna be polite neither. Y'all don't know shit about boxing at all.
They
Y'all
don't.
don't know shit about boxing at all. That's why y'all so gullible and easy to fool. If I tell you that no matter what Floyd felt, no matter what he thought, the reason that he was such a great fighter is because he went through that top rank process. It's a difference between top rank fighters and other fighters. You got to be great to make it at top rank, and he was great. All right. When you not great, you know what happens? You get Edgar Berlanga. They
No,
didn't want
you
to waste no more. They didn't want to waste no more time on him. Like, yo, you know what, bro? Go ahead, Joe.
Get him out of here.
Sink or swim program. It's the sink or swim. Like I've always felt this way. I feel like Top Rank, when you start your career, is the best move because they will build you into a star. But after that, you got to go on your own to become a superstar because
I
they are
agree
like
with
a
that.
factory.
The shit is that PBC is, and I don't even think they're very good at building gimmicks, to be honest with you, because if you really know the chronology of the PBC and their inception, you crippled Oscar De La Hoya, you crippled Golden Boy, you took practically everything they had, but there was one fighter that stayed, that went on to become a bigger draw than any of your fighters, than any of the 200 guys that you took, that you stole. He still was a bigger draw than them. He still is a bigger draw than them. So what the fuck do you know about building stars?
Bro, wait. Who other than Tank? Name another like PBC star that they built.
Is Tank a
Successful one.
star? We'll find out.
Nah,
Oh,
nah. But
I
he's
know
a
you
star.
hate Tank, but
If you
Tank is
put
a
him with the
star,
right
bro.
person,
Tank's a star, bro.
if you
Tank's a
put him with the
star.
right person, he's a star. Yeah, that's the
He's
word.
a star. He's a star. I know y'all hate Tank, but Tank is a star.
If
I
you
was
put
about
him
to
with the
choke
right
on my
person,
mangoes. I was
he's a
about to
star.
choke on my
But
mangoes. Like, is he?
him fighting Isaac
When
Cruz
that
again, bro.
200K, when that,
Bro, yo, that's gonna be 250. 250 max 300. That would do.
you know what I'm saying? When
Matt,
them numbers come in, we'll see who's a star.
if he fights Pitbull Cruz, I'm not even going to stream it. I'm going to wait till it drop on YouTube the day after.
Literally
That's how
same.
seriously I'm
I'm not
not
watching
interested in
that
that
shit.
fight.
That
I'm not
ass, bro.
watching that
Like,
shit, bro.
if Tank, this the shit. They act like I'm asking Tank to do something that cannot be done, or I'm asking for too much. Man, I'm asking you to do the same shit I ask everybody to do. Same shit I'm asking Devin to do, and Shakur and Teofimo. You just want me to act like he's special, and he don't have to do that.
And
Fuck
bro,
out of
and
here, bitch.
this is where I'm at with Tank's career right now, bro. I do not care what he does. As long as he doesn't have a belt, he can do whatever the fuck he wants to do.
Real
I
shit.
don't watch. I'm good.
Real shit. Go fight your BM
Yo,
again, bro.
And see, this is what frustrates me, guys, because I disagree with you. I do think Tank has the skill set to beat almost everybody except for Shakur, in my opinion. But at the same token, people will say, "Oh, you're hating on Tank." No, it's just listen. If you want to be great, you do great things. You fight other people that's on your level. Bottom line.
Look, B, Vasilo Machenko been your homework assignment. Devin got to him before you. Lopez got to him before you. And you don't want to fight none of them neither. You don't want to do nothing. Your argument seems to be, right, that you so big a star, you ain't got to fight nobody. Coincidentally, you know who's bigger than you? Canelo. And y'all want him to fight everybody, even welterweights. So how the fuck does it work? I know how it works. You're a fucking hypocrite that goes off of fucking feelings, and your problem is, the real problem is, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. That's the problem. I don't care how you feel. I care about the facts. And really, I ain't no bleeding heart. I'm a customer first. I want fights. We ain't got to get into the Tank is this and Tank is that. We ain't got to do that. We ain't got to trash him. If Tank was getting ready to fight Devin, you think I wouldn't buy it? If he was getting ready to fight Shakur, you think I wouldn't buy it? Or Lopez?
In
Think
a
I wouldn't
heartbeat.
buy it?
Hey,
Right?
everybody, did y'all hear that Devin Haney and Regis is in jeopardy because their fight date is now they don't have a fight date because they don't have the venue
I'm not
anymore.
gonna lie, Regis, to me, bro, Regis is moving scary right now.
Nah, Regis signed the contract, bro.
He signed it? Okay,
he signed it.
But they're saying
that's on the Haney camp. That's on the Haney camp, y'all.
I'm gonna tell you what the real problem is. This is what I didn't know. This is what I didn't know. That they want that fight to be a pay-per-view, not necessarily Regis, but they want that fight to be a pay-per-view. If I had to guess, I think it's Haney because he's coming off of being on a pay-per-view. To get him the kind of money that he want, they're gonna need it to be a pay-per-view. And now that explains why you didn't want to go head-to-head with Fury versus Ngannou. 2 box office fights on the same day. Nah, son, that ain't gonna work. So that's why they gotta move it.
I pay for it, bro.
I would pay for Haney versus Prograis before I pay for Fury versus Ngannou, but
I'm not
1,000.
Don't even talk about that shit. I'm not watching.
The shit is that look, the shit is this though. The shit is this. We cannot put what is happening between them on Regis when now it's confirmed. Regis been signed his end. He been signed it. They waiting on Devin. So what's the hold up now? They want to move the date. They want to move the date because they want to move off of that day so they don't clash with Fury and Ngannou. That's what that is.
And they lost the venue. They lost the venue too, though, because of this too.
It's smart though. Like you'll lose money if you fight the same day as that.
Yeah, I can't really be mad at neither fighter in regards to this. In all honesty, I'd rather see him fight Tank any damn way, but we know that ain't happening. But whatever.
No, it's not even that. It's that there's this perception that Regis is supposed to get all this heat. See, that's really why I don't like talking to people, because it's like, yo, people are more emotional than I am. I'm not emotional about shit. Y'all don't like that he went to Matchroom, and everything you saying is based on that. Kind of like this Marley person. Your whole shit is that the PBC could do no wrong, and everything you say is based on that feeling. Nothing I say is based on feelings. All of it is fact that you can look up yourself, but you don't want to do that because you go off of feelings. I don't care about feelings. Only feelings I care about is mine. Other than that, I don't give a fuck about nobody's feelings. So when I see the heat that Regis get, what's the real reason Regis getting heat when he was coming off a great win over Chong, who beat the shit out of Josue Vargas, and we know he a tough Mexican fighter. Why is Regis getting attacked? Oh, because he went to Matchroom. Y'all wanted him to go to Top Rank, and you're so emotional and fucking stupid that you can't even see that he made the right decision. Because if he would have went to Top Rank, you know that he wouldn't have got Jose Ramirez. You know that he wouldn't have got Teofimo. You know what he would have got? Arnold Barboza. That's what he would have got. That's what he would have got. And I've been saying that. The videos is up. I've been saying it from the beginning. The reason Rick is swinging off his nuts, it's not because he want to make a Ramirez fight. It's because he wants to make a Barboza fight. He knows Barboza want Teo, but Teo don't want him. And he don't want to make a fight between two of his own guys, Jose and Arnold. So the next best thing is to get him a title fight with somebody else. Who? Regis. The whole reason you was swinging off that man nuts is because you want him to fight Barboza. And I don't think fighting Barboza is better than either fighting Catterall or Haney. To me, those are better fights. So I think he made the right decision. You fast forward, who ends up leaving Top Rank? Arnold Barboza. Because they can't get him to fight.
I'm not gonna lie.
The irony.
Devin and Prograis shouldn't be a pay-per-view though. I'm not gonna lie. It's not gonna do good numbers, but I'm still buy it because I'm a fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it, but I agree with you. That shouldn't be a pay-per-view. I agree with you though. I'm gonna buy it,
but when you got, I bet you Devin wants probably like 10 mil for that, so they're gonna have to do something about it. He want 8 to 10 mil.
Bro, that's delusional, man.
It's not delusional. He's the undisputed champion, bro. I mean,
yeah,
it is.
No, but still,
the shit is that look, there's things in life, right, where everybody can't get what they want, right? This is one of those situations. See, I dig what Devin is doing because look, man, I'm gonna get the game for everything the game is worth. Whatever I could get, I'm gonna get it. I understand that. But as a consumer, I also understand what you've been getting is not your market value from the very beginning. What you get now is based on what Matchroom started to pay you when DAZN first broke into America. But what they were paying fighters when DAZN first broke into America wasn't their actual market value. Tevin Farmer wasn't worth that kind of money. Andre wasn't worth that kind of money. But they had that, like, look, we need talent. Let's just attract some fighters to us. So they were willing to overspend to make an omelet. You got
like PBC in 2014 all over again.
Exactly.
And
so they was willing. So to get Devin, they had to pay a lot of money because a lot of people wanted Devin. A lot, Top Rank wanted Devin. They wanted him too. When a couple of years ago, to get him, that shit costed a lot of money. So they gave him a lot of money per fight. That dude got $3 million for Linares, bro. Linares don't get $3 million for Linares, bro.
And bro, after
he'll get it up to fight himself.
After the outrage from Devin's last performance, him doing a pay-per-view with a lesser-known fighter, bro, no one's buying that shit, dude. It's not gonna work out.
Question for everybody. Tell me if you think if you agree with this. Is this where I see like the landscape of boxing would probably be good? PBC is going to be top heavy, basically. They're not good at breeding and bringing in, but they are good at the big fights with the big stars and bringing them in. They did a pretty good job with that. I think that's what they need to stick to. Regardless of who they have as for their fighters, stick to the bigger fights. Top Rank is the brand that brings you up, develops you, and gets you to stardom. And Matchroom is the in-betweener where you get put in dangerous fights, but you can build your profile as well. I think the formula, if this formula sticks, I think it will work out for boxing overall because you're getting different levels, different things from each promotional company, and they provide something different. If you can get past the politics.
I'll say this unbiased because, see, here's the problem. Everybody's only talking about, and people do this a lot with more things than just boxing. They're just focusing on one or two things, and you're missing everything else. That fights like Gervonta Davis versus Hector Luis Garcia, Fights like Benavidez versus Plant, Fights like Benavidez versus Andre, None of that shit should be on pay-per-view. None of it. And that is not sustainable because the problem the PBC has is everybody can't be a superstar. Everybody cannot be a box office star. No. So what you have are fighters whose demands exceed their actual market value, and the only way to get them in the ring is to overspend or put them behind a paywall. Now, what happens when you put a fight behind a paywall? Less people see it. If they would have put Plant versus Benavidez on regular Showtime, right? Let's just say hypothetically, if they were able to, more people would have seen it. More people would have talked about it. More of a profile boost. The way it is, y'all got a lot of shit that happens behind a paywall, and the majority of that shit, ain't nobody talking about that shit. Nobody buying that shit. You don't use Crawford and Errol. That took 5 years. Don't use Ryan and Gervonta because Ryan is a huge following.
Nominally,
you can't use the exceptional for the majority because that's why it's the exceptional. It's the exception. Can't spell exceptional without exception. Most of the time, y'all do some shit. Why is Hector Luis Garcia fighting Gervonta on pay-per-view? Nobody know that, man.
I agree with that.
Man. But that should have gave that one away.
I got a question for you though, because the thing is, I didn't think Plant Benavidez was pay-per-view worthy, but the bottom line is this though: the fight between the pay-per-view and Live generated 15+ million. That's enough to pay for the fighters and everything. So that kind of puts it in the conundrum. If we talking business, I mean, as a fan,
in other words, that gate, it would have did that gate regardless, right? Because we talking about the gate.
No, that was the gate for pay-per-view. I think it generated 15 to 20 million between the two.
Put it this way, the fundamental problem that has always exists with closed circuit fights and pay-per-views is they limit the size of the audience and the overall profile, not just of those fighters, but the profile of the sport. The Super Bowl is not tucked away behind a paywall. The World Series is not tucked away behind a paywall. You see what I'm getting at? Fighting, when hockey team play for the Stanley Cup, that ain't tucked away behind a paywall. But in boxing, what are supposed to be boxing's Super Bowls, right? And some fights that are not. I'm not suggesting that, Ryan and Gervonta shouldn't have been on pay-per-view. No, they should have. That fight. Crawford and Spence, yeah, that fight should have. But a lot of these other fights that happen, now that shouldn't be a pay-per-view. It shouldn't. And it hurts the sport that it is. Because if you give some of them shits away, like Benavidez versus Plant, for example, more people, I guarantee you, over 1 million people would have seen that on Showtime. Over 1 million. I think it could have brought in that many eyes to the platform. Why is that beneficial to the platform? Because you want viewership that resonates weekend to weekend. Pay-per-views are fire sales. All the value of the show is that night. You want good enough programming that brings people back, even when it's not a pay-per-view. And they don't have that. The Emmanuel Rodriguez fight is a prime example. Only a little over 100,000 people saw that fight. Why?
128.
Because the majority of the fights that people would want to watch, you put them behind a paywall. That's not going to bring you long-term viewership, long-term subscribers. It's not. Because, for example, Benavidez versus Andre, if they make that, you don't need a Showtime subscription to see that. You will still have to pay pay-per-view, right? But you don't need a Showtime subscription to see that. You can buy that on payperview.com. Why is that relevant? Because with Showtime, the higher-ups, the people above Stepan Espinoza, Bob Backish, Paramount, all these people, they want subscribers that come and stay. They want viewership that lasts. You don't get that when everything you do is behind a paywall. Pay attention. Hector Garcia versus Gervonta Davis. Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis. Plant versus Benavidez. Crawford versus Spence. Canelo versus Charlo, right? Then Benavidez versus Andre. Then whatever Gervonta ends up doing later on this year, that is 7 fights on the same platform that are all behind a paywall. All of them. That's crazy. Now with Top Rank, why does what Top Rank do? Why is it more cost feasible? Because most of their shit is not on pay-per-view. Most of it. You don't got to pay a guy a fortune to get him in a fucking ring and do his job. You don't. That's why it's more sustainable. And they are better at what you do than you are. Because in case you forgot, this is boxing. It's the hurt business. It's a reason they fighters, whenever they put them in there with your fighters get hurt. Stevenson got hurt by Vosdick. Wilder got hurt by Fury. Fulton got hurt by Inoue. Spence got hurt by Crawford. You know what I mean? You forgetting that this is not the music industry. You treat it like it's the music, but this is not the music industry. You will get fucking exposed sooner or later. The hope is that when you do get exposed, because you will, you make some money. That's the hope. You know what I mean? But really, you're not grooming fighters, you're grooming gimmicks. You shouldn't be that fucking nervous to put your guys in the ring and let them hash it out. That's the biggest difference that I see in the sport now than the sport that I grew up with. They're like, them guys back then, they wanted to fight. They wanted to fight. That's what they wanted. Whereas now you'll get fans saying, nah, he shouldn't do that. It's not the PBC. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? Well, you got shares in the PBC? Silly motherfucker. You want to see these motherfuckers fight or not? I know why you don't want to see them fight. Because you and I know what will happen. If they put Gervonta in the ring with Shakur, that's another sad day. It might be worse than when Errol lost. It might be worse because I believe it would be that bad. It would look like Gervonta never boxed before.
And that's why Gervonta's dodging him, I feel. And that's why, I think my supposition is that this overinflated self-worth of a lot of these boxers, they have this weird fictional kind of number in their mind of what their self-worth is in the context of realistic of what some of these platforms
but also the virtue signaling. See, what a lot of people don't understand is that money doesn't grow on trees, and there's no such thing as a free lunch. You treat promoters as if they're the villains when it's their money and their investment that brings you content. The fights don't pay for themselves. See, broke motherfuckers, they don't understand that. They're like, how you gonna be mad at Bob that he said what he said when he is losing money? A lot. Crawford's contract minimum, like, it's not that I wasn't unsympathetic towards Crawford, for example. I was, but I knew that it's a bad situation for the both of you that he's being frozen out, because Bob has to honor the contract minimum. He cannot pay Terrence less than his minimum, so he does that. He also has to try to get him opponents, but since people don't want to fight him, he has to pay them a lot of money to do it. So he is losing money. And you bums get mad when he says that he's losing money. Let you lose a couple mil on some shit and see if you ain't mad about it. You lose $20 and be mad about it. But you think Bob is wrong when he get mad he lose a couple mil. Y'all silly. You're silly.
Yeah, that way, Jules, like, it's a good thing that Top Rank has been there for decades upon decades. Like, these other, like, outfits, PBC, whatnot, they haven't been around. So that's why they're going to try to, like, control their cash flow from the back end and say, okay, we'll slap everything on pay-per-view. Well, on the basis that some of these boxers are, like, demanding a higher fucking salary and whatnot,
because that's
right?
why they end up on pay-per-view. They end up on pay-per-view trying to satisfy the financial demands of the fighters just to get them to do their job. This is what I mean. Oscar Valdez versus Emmanuel Navarrete is the same caliber of fight as Plant versus Benavidez, for example. It is the same caliber of fight. A former champion versus a guy who's hot right now, right? Yada yada yada. I'd have to pay $80 to see that. No, and to me, it was a better fight, Navarrete versus Valdez, than Plant versus Benavidez. Why should you have to pay $80 to see that? Oh, well, because he wants to make this and he wants to make that. And what the fuck does that mean to me? That fight is not worth that. And it's not just me you got to worry about. It's that there's a lot of people like me that are not going to buy that fight. So you have fights happening behind a paywall that really aren't increasing the profile of your fighter, your brand, or the sport, which is why over time, the last 3 decades, boxing went from the forefront of sports to the background, because you're shrinking it. You want everybody to be on pay-per-view? It don't work like that. Really, only 1 or 2 guys should be on pay-per-view, to be real with you. Only 1 or 2 guys, or only 1 or 2 fights. All of y'all can't be pay-per-view stars. Mm-mm.
Yeah, but sorry, Jules.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, but that's that diva shit, right? That's why these boxers are like fucking playing this diva shit. Like, I'm worth X amount. It don't matter. Blah blah blah. That's why, like, I was just like stating previously, like thinking that, yeah, the like most of these other boxers that have fought the highest, antithesis of what they can reach. Say Caleb Plant, for example. I was using him as a previous example. That his highest his highest paycheck was the Canelo fight, and ever since then, that's it. You can't supersede that. So but the problem is their delusional thought process in the context of like coming back to reality and saying, like, I there's no way I can make that now. Like, and they have to accept it and take on bouts that will feed them and whatnot. But I mean, like, presumably, like, he's smart. He put his money away in good. He's investing whatnot, right? But like some of these other fighters, they don't have that luxury. They don't. But they still have this kind of overinflated self-worth. Why? Because of maybe their fan base, maybe because of their management, their company. They're saying no. You have to hire. You have to accept a higher fucking amount. No, there's no way we can't pay the trainer. We can't play this. We can't play the management. No. You gotta accept higher. So like, and then, yeah, it boils down to, I think, this diva complex of a lot of these fighters that are, it's fucking up the sport kind of in the longevity kind of.
Let me read the super chat. George said, "Did you see the interview where Crawford says that Tank is not a champion in response to Super Fight being teased?" I did see that, and I'm going to do a video about it, which is why I haven't addressed it yet. Shout out to Country. Buenos dias, Jules and chat. Que lo que maning. Working, unfortunately, but tuned in. Jules, where does McCaskill go from here? She shot. I don't know, man. That was not a smart move. And
I hate that shit. What's her problem, bro?
That was
like I said, look, Rick and
Jessica
Jessica have always been good to me, so I'm not gonna be like these people that. But I'll just say that the only thing I can say is that was not smart. That was not smart in any way. Like, it's just.
I don't get it. Whenever I've seen Jessica, is always on the Matchroom show. They literally built your whole career. Anybody that knows you is because of Matchroom. So I don't know what's with the snake behavior. Maybe she didn't get paid what she was wanted or something like that, so she was salty. but like,
yeah, there has to be some type of like vitriol somewhere. Like, why would she?
I think because she didn't want the Sandy Ryan fight, because she knows what's about to happen with that fight.
I think that the real disconnect is between the fighters and their teams and what they think they're worth versus reality, which is humbling. Reality is humbling. They're like, yo, you think that you supposed to get all this shit, and that's not how this works. The reason a promoter invests in a fighter is so that eventually the fighter will start turning over a profit. If they're not actually profiteering from what you're doing, whether you're a girl or a guy, you need to chill out. Yeah, because it's not your money that pays for the shows. It's not. It's not your money. It's not your investment. Without that promoter to come in and put that money up to do them shows and do them fights, nobody knows who you are. Whether you're a guy or a girl, you know, because this is not about her situation per se. Talking about the diva shit, that's the reality that the promoters are made out to be villains, which I think is fucking comical, and I think it speaks to how infantile some people are. That you do realize that without the promoters' money, which they get through the network gives them a budget, and the promoters situate everything, the matchmakers, all the good people. Without that, we wouldn't know who any of these people are. You understand that? It takes money to make money. And you think that money, for some reason, grows on trees when most of you guys complaining don't even have any of it. Let you lose $20 in your jeans. Let you lose $100, right? See if you don't get mad. But if Bob gets mad that he's losing millions fight by fight, you think he's the bad guy. He's losing millions because his fighter's being frozen out. Why don't you just tell the whole story? That you don't lose money making a Khan fight or lose money making a Brook fight. You don't lose money on either of those if these guys would have fought him. If they weren't freezing him out, then he wouldn't have to fight an Amir Khan or a Cal Brock. If Danny would have took the fight when they offered it to him, he wouldn't have had to fight people like that. But Danny didn't want to fight. Thurman didn't want to fight. Porter didn't want to fight until much, much later when he became the mandatory. It's not like they didn't pursue fights with these people. They did. So you could turn around and act like Al Heyman did something for Bud. What? What did he do? He the one that froze him out. He the reason he had to fight Khan and Brook and Avanesian and all these people. He the reason.
I mean, it doesn't even matter now because time showed who's the better fighter.
Oh, yeah.
And listen, we have to start realizing that, bro, Al Heyman, he predicts these fights ahead of all of us.
Absolutely. I told you, yo, bro, we had a conversation. Me, you, and everybody. We had a conversation. This was a bean ago. This was way ago, right? I said, I believe somewhere in the PBC's offices, there's a dry erase board that details what the schedule will look like, not for the next few weeks, the next few years. I think they plan this shit way ahead of time. Way ahead of time.
Yeah, that's why I like, again, it's a supposition that Al Heyman, he knew well in advance that Terrence would run through that fucking division. Like
anybody with an iota of understanding of this sport, which is, and we all said it the week of the fight. I know I did. That Inoue versus Fulton was a little harder to wrap my mind around because I didn't know if Inouye's power would carry, but I still picked him to win. But you know that there was that intangible there that I'm like, being real, I'm settled on Crawford and Spence, bro. I know Crawford gonna fuck him up. Michael knew, you knew, the whole deal. Like, I don't know, Crawford gonna fuck him up. That's an easy one.
Yeah, I won $300 that night.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is they put Terrence on a fucking 5-year fucking waiting list because Heyman knew that his own roster of fucking fighters, their cash value, their marquee value, their cachet would fucking decrease.
And that's the point I'm making. That anybody that understands, anybody that had a mild understanding of boxing, whether you're in the industry or out of it, likely picked Terrence Crawford. And my point is that Heyman knew that just as much as we did. That, and we put Errol in there with Bud gonna fuck him up. He's gonna fuck him up. So why would in that situation, if you're Heyman, why would you want to do the Crawford fight? You wouldn't. That's why you tried to do a Canelo fight in late 2021. That's why you offered Canelo Errol Spence. Bear in mind, Errol had not fought that year because of the eye injury. But what did they do? They offered Errol to Canelo. They was ready to cash him out then. And because Canelo didn't take the deal, all right, what we gonna do? Hey, fuck it, move him up to 154.
Bro, they were going to give their biggest star to Canelo, coming off a year layoff and
and an
coming off
eye
and an
injury.
eye surgery.
And
Like, come
y'all
on.
think they wanted to make the Crawford fight? Like the fuck
Because they
out of
knew
here,
Earl
B.
Spence wasn't a disciplined athlete. They knew Earl Spence was in the streets. It's similar to how Tyrell Biggs was offered up to Mike Tyson, because Tyrell Biggs, we know he was the '84 gold medalist, but he was a coke addict, right? So at the end of the day, we seen you in the ring.
Yeah,
We
but
seen you
that's the
against
other thing. For
competitors.
how long and how many times he said? I said it outright. Ain't no booze hound beating Terrence Crawford.
At
Dude
all,
is a
bro.
booze hound, bro.
Everybody on this panel, past, prior, and future, knew that this motherfucker's gonna get beat up. Because one thing we know about Terrence Crawford, he's very disciplined, he's incredibly skilled, and he drills his craft habitually. You see him right now. He's probably on fight weight right now. No, not fight weight, but walk around
Bro,
weight to get down to 147 or 154 right now. So ultimately, we all knew what was going to happen. But now we see this. This has happened throughout history. If you are someone who's highly touted and can't get their shit together, hey, Tyrell Biggs got offered up to Mike Tyson on a platter, when if he was really on his stuff, he possibly could have beaten Mike Tyson. Hey, around that time, we never know. But like, hey, bro, if it can do it to a gold medalist, what makes you think you're not exempt from that? You feel
Yeah,
me?
like you got a guy like the shit is that all the things that they're now bringing up as as ways to discredit Terrence Crawford. Yeah, cocksucker, I told you all that shit. I told you all that shit before the fight. You fucks didn't want to listen, so you don't get to lean on that now. You picked Errol to win because you don't know shit about boxing. I'm sorry. Yeah, you don't know shit. There's fights.
No, but you know what?
Wait. There's fights that are tough to edge. That's not one of them. It's not. There are fights that are tough to understand and tough to edge because there's things you won't know until the night. That was not one of them.
Yeah, like you were saying about Inui Fulton. Yo, everyone on this panel knew he could win, but we never saw him at 22. We didn't think his power can go up. Like you said, we were dead set on that, because once I saw him push around Jeff Horn like he was a bitch, because Jeff Horn's not no bitch. And mind you, this motherfucker come up, really, he's a blown up 135, if we want to keep it a buck. Like, he started his career 130, 138, so 140, 135. For him to push that big motherfucker, even fucking Tim Tszyu was able to do him that physically like that.
It's not even the Horn shit. Even though, look, I can remember, and I'm not lying. I remember. I have a very good memory, at least when it comes to certain shit. I remember, oh, the Horn gonna get him. Horn, he better be careful. Horn gonna get him. There were people picking Horn. If that isn't bad, there were people picking Sean. In 2019, after Sean fought Errol, based on the performance that he put on, there were people picking Sean to beat Terrence Crawford, so that when Terrence beats him and stops him, like I said he would, oh, he didn't stop him. His dad pulled him out. Oh, he was but bro, you picked him to win, right?
And he was winning, and he was actually kind of outboxing Terrence Crawford in big spots of that fucking fight. People got to keep it a buck.
Charlo gave a really talking about. He was down on all three judges' scorecards. What the fuck are you talking about?
I thought he was up. Like, that's what Tim Bradley said. He was up on something.
I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
I watched that fight. Some of the rounds, Sean Porter was getting off on fucking.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Sean Porter, it's not that he was landing; it's that he was doing more work than Terrence in some of those rounds. So I understand why people thought that Sean Porter might have been winning. It's understandable.
You made excuses for Sean. You made excuses for Sean, like you make excuses for Errol, like you make excuses for Wilder, like you make excuses. All you do is make excuses. That's all you do is make excuses. That's it.
You guys, you saw that BFTB dude bug out on that dude.
I seen that shit. That
I don't care. I don't care.
I told you that dude must do lives with a cock ring because his voice is mad high. Like It sounds like he
Bro,
in a room full of helium. He didn't care. He didn't care.
bro,
What the
not
fuck
the
is wrong with
copping.
you, bro?
Jesus Christ. But yo, you know the funny thing is, I was watching his prediction on Marco Boxing, right? And he said something like this, right? He broke it down like, oh, Terence Crawford is more skilled than Errol Spence, but it's still a 50-50. And he said, like, oh, if Terence Crawford and all this shit and has all this shit over him and it's still a 50-50, well, you guys must not believe in Terence Crawford. I said, like, bro, the reason why people thought it was a 50-50, I don't know why, it's because of propagated hype. And they saw a guy who was actually cut and was bigger than Terence Crawford and was beating up on little dudes. We over here understood that, hey, this shit was 90-10 once this shit was fucking signed.
Listen, bro.
But
Listen,
but when
bro.
he said Errol Spence would destroy Terence Crawford, I said, like, fuck are
Yeah,
you on?
but that's what
But
I'm
now
saying.
you yelling at
Yeah,
motherfuckers?
Yeah, but see,
hold up.
that's what I mean. Like, and then if you go back to somebody, right? If you go back to somebody that was like that, not even exclusive to him, but if you go back to somebody that was adamant that Errol would destroy Crawford, if you go back to them now, you know what they do? They deny, which is why I say I don't like arguing with these people because you're a fucking waste of time. Your entire existence is a waste of time. Talking to you is a waste of time. I will not derive anything from any conversation that I have with you because you're dumber than I am. So I don't want to argue with you. But the reason that I made it a point to bring these people up is because you come to me. I don't come to you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to argue with you about boxing because you know what'll happen? I'll be right. You'll be wrong. And you'll just keep acting like a fucking child. There's no point in any of that shit.
Yeah,
Not that I'm right 100% of the time because nobody is. But whenever I would bring up Spence and Crawford, it's not me looking for these idiots to argue with. They come to me when it comes to this shit. They come like, yo, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about, but if they made an offer to Danny and they made an offer to Keith and they actually made the Porter fight, where do you get the Top Rank failed him? You're saying Top Rank failed him because PBC fighters wouldn't fight him? How is that their fault? What are they supposed to do? They can't force PBC fighters to fight their fighter.
You can blackmail them. Like, yo, I saw you did what you did behind closed doors. So if you don't want these Manila photo coming out, I think you should fight
You want
Terrence.
these motherfuckers arguing with me? Shout out to Napoli who says I really believe Sandy Ryan will take Jessica's belts. Yo, man, listen, the dangerous thing about that is I seen them tweets from Sandy, right? Sandy's a smart cookie. She gonna use that fight to get in good with the boss. That's what I got from her tweets. Like, yo, I'll handle that for you, Eddie. That's what she basically said. Don't worry about that, Eddie. I got it. That's dangerous, bro. That's she's trying to make an impression out here, B. And once again, I'm cool with Rick. I got love for him and Jessica. I got love for him. But it's like I just don't,
them, but what she said was some
understand how that was a good idea. Like I don't understand that. Like, why would you think that's a good idea? Even if you believe that, you can't come out and say that. You still working with them.
I know you were emotional about the Habazin shit and everything. Cool. But you still re-sign with them. So you still put pen to paper and put ink on a contract. And you saw that contract was fair enough for you to still do business with them. And you come at your fucking face like that. And we can't say, oh, she's a woman, she was emotional. No. We can't do that shit. We can't do that shit. That was silly. I was like, yo, bro.
Yeah,
like,
no, Chris, that came from pure emotion. There was no intelligence attached to that. Like she did not think at all in the context. It was pure emotion. And that's a problem with a lot of peeps having their fucking phone. I was alluding to what you were saying earlier. You used the term hype, and the term hype kind of stuck with me because like all these aerosexuals, and we call aerosexuals whatever, these bandwagoners. Who don't like to analyze the boxers and say, okay, these guys like Terence Crawford is a different fucking being, as they're saying, is in the context of skill set and whatnot to a lot of these other fighters. They're not willing to accept that it's a popularity based fucking thing. Okay, they look at these clowns' popularity, and they look at what these guys talk. Terrence doesn't say too much. Okay, never.
If I told these silly motherfuckers, you know that I would pick Mean Machine to beat Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman.
And I'd pick him to beat Sean Porter too, bro.
They think they would hear that, and that would sound like I threw their grandmother lasagna on the floor. Like, what? What do you mean? They would get mad at me if I say that, but I'm like, I'm dead ass. His boxing, and this is where we get into the shit. Like, look, I'm not elitist. I'm not trying to be a snob, but I'm just saying that your interpretation of what you see is a lot more simple than I am, because look at what you highlight. You highlight poise,
the knockout. That's all
the knockout and the broad strokes. You don't know the difference, and I don't want to be that. I don't want to. The broad strokes meaning on a painting, bro. I'm not talking about fucking a bitch.
Hey, yo.
Man, you notice the broad strokes. You don't notice the little things. Like you really don't. Like it took you this long to realize. And shout out to Julio. I fucking love Julio. It took you this long to realize that Errol don't fight southpaws.
Bro, I think Kavalauskas would have gave Errol Spence hell on earth.
That's another reason I'm looking at that Benavidez fight. I'm like, yo, I don't think I've ever seen Benavidez fight a southpaw. That's interesting, because I don't think I've ever seen him fight one.
Yeah, but I'll be fucking shocked at fucking living high hell.
I'm just saying that there's room in there. All I'm saying is that there's room in there for it to be competitive. That's all I mean.
Bro,
because
Andre's a better boxer than him.
And the only thing that what makes me nervous about, that I would not pick Andre to win that fight, and I'm not picking him. But what makes it interesting is he's sharp for a couple of rounds the start. He's sharp for.
He's gonna be winning until he gasses out. It's gonna be the same thing as the Caleb Plant fight.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
Let me tell you something.
Oh, sorry.
If Andrade comes in, the Andrade we used to seeing is sharp and shit like that. I know he's far removed from the performances that he used to have. But if he can bring in, like, I think 25% of that, Benavidez has hell to pay in that ring, because that motherfucker can fight.
What's Andre's best performance?
I'm gonna say the Willie Nelson performance,
Willie
but
Nelson gotta be it. No, Willie Nelson does have to be it, or Walter Kuntun Duckwood, because he knocked him down like 3 times. He was trying to get him.
What a name!
He's trying to get him out of there, bro.
But I ain't gonna hold you. That Willie Nelson performance, bro, it's just like, it pisses me off that we didn't get to see him fight more often. But a lot of that shit was his fault, and it was other people's fault. But like, yo, bro. I think
that's all on Boo Boo, man. That's all on Boo Boo,
because he should have beat him out.
The shit is with him, right? No matter what we say about him, David, most of your opponents suck. Period. Most of them
Straight
suck.
Up and down. Straight
like up and down. They fucking suck, bro. And I'm just saying that, and I said it in a video I did. David has the right base style for the job, but you are very, very basic. Like, basic enough that this guy could give you a problem. Even though you got the right style to beat him, and you younger and you bigger and all the shit, you are really, really, really simple. So for a couple of rounds, yo, he might have you looking crazy out here, B. He might knock you down. I don't rule that out. Not out, right? I could see Andre getting in with some sweet shit and knock him down.
Some real.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. When he be squaring up, it's easy for Andre to land an uppercut on him. It'll be easy. Andre is good at landing those uppercuts.
Also, Benavidez does have the reach advantage. I was going to ask that question, but
he doesn't use reach.
But he doesn't
use it. Like, it's not an advantage when you throw college frat boy punches. It's an advantage when you can straight your shit out and use it. When you throwing dumbass punches, it's actually a disadvantage because they could be countered. They could be this is David every fight. Every fight. It's the same shit.
He punches from the hips. Like, someone's gonna make him pay. I think it's gonna be Canelo. But I'm telling you, I won't be surprised if he pulls it off.
Jules, Mike, Chris, when was Boo Boo in the ring last?
January.
On the undercard of Garcia versus Davis, Hector Garcia, earlier this year.
That was January.
So, and then my thing is the age differential. Like he's 36.
Oh yeah, that's true.
No. Yeah, he's 30. Like, don't get it twisted. I'm
Okay.
favoring Benavidez to win that fight by hook or by crook. By hook or by crook. The thing is that I see that this guy might expose you again. He like, I see enough there that like, yeah, I could see Demetrius making you look dumb for a bit. I could see that. Worse than Caleb did. Caleb had you looking human though. Nothing against Caleb, but it was what I thought. They're like, yeah, when Caleb on his shit, while he still got some juice, he gonna do all right. And them first 4 or 5 rounds, he was doing his thing.
He swept those rounds. He swept those rounds.
I'm saying Demetrius could do a little better than that because he's a southpaw. When the last time you fought a southpaw, David?
Is David Lemieux a southpaw?
No, he's an orthodox fighter.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. You know better than that.
Yeah, my bad.
But the shit, I'm telling you, shit like that. You notice shit like that because this is people can't tell because they obviously don't watch the sport as closely as we do. But why am I such a fan of Top Rank's vetting process?
Oh, they're asking for a link in the
They do shit like that. They'll put you in there. They did it with Edgar, right? With Berlanga. And that's why they figured, yo, we got to let this guy go. He sucks, right? They put him in there with a stationary target, couple of fights, and then they put him in there with a mover in Coceres. They saw he didn't like that. Like, okay, we'll put you in there with another mover. And then they put him in there with Steve Rolls. He's a mover. He's a jabber.
Yo, there's a guy talking shit in the chat, bro. He wants a link, bro. How is Canelo a duck, bro? Send him a link, and I want you to
let me read the super chat. Didn't Jessica get popped not too long ago? You think that has... Nah, she didn't get popped for no pets, bro.
Dose base, bro. Do not leave. Jules is going to send you the link.
I'll send him the link, no problem. You see, Keyshawn alluded to the fact that Shakur is fighting Frank Martin next. Shakur going to beat the brakes off that dude. I dig it.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, that might be happening next.
All right, Jerome said, I genuinely believe AJ versus Wilder will be as one-sided as Spence versus Crawford. What does Wilder do better than Vlad? Nothing, to be real. Nothing. And I got another one. Hold on, let me keep reading. I got another one from Fotex. Can Canelo hold Crawford at bay with the power? Ooh,
I hate that fight, bro. It's stupid.
I don't hate it. Nah, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't hate it. I actually don't hate it because because Crawford, and I know people gonna think it's some dick eating shit. His style is actually all wrong.
It's all wrong. I understand that.
All wrong for Canelo. But can your stylistic advantage overcome his physical advantage? Because physically, he's at an advantage. You not. You ain't no super middleweight.
He can outbox him. I think
easier said than done.
Crawford's feet Crawford's older.
Crawford needs to hit him in the deck. Crawford needs to be
Crawford has better timing, better speed.
Bring some facts we ain't touched on. Who we talking about? Castro?
The fuck? Mark Castro is not the good.
Oh, bro,
I don't know. I'm about to post the link. I don't know because I'm looking for who Michael was talking about.
Dose base or some shit like that. He was like,
all right, bet I got it. I Napoli says it's rather pathetic that Andre two best names on his entire resume is Von. Yeah. For an Olympian, that's crazy because he was an Olympian, bro. He's
a two-time
amateur, bro.
Division champion, bro.
You expect a lot more out of those guys that had that amateur background than like guys that just walked in on the street, off the street or whatever. They ain't got no Emmy background. But what was the Dulce person saying?
Yo, he was like, Canelo's a duck, and you guys just support him, blah blah blah. I'm like, yo,
who he ducking?
He was asking for a link. You should.
Canelo's a duck with who, Mike? Canelo's a duck with who?
I think that's Jason.
We're gonna ask him. We're gonna ask him.
Who he ducking?
Apparently, we're fangirls. He says we have more faith in him than Canelo does.
I guess I'm a fangirl.
He could click the link. I posted it.
He posted it, bro, and now he's disappeared. He's gone ghost mode.
Ain't nothing to be afraid of. It's just a conversation. Let me see if that's
but no one's gonna jump on.
Oh, no, that's sporting. That's sporting. Sporting, what it do?
Zolani Tete. How you doing?
Zolani Tete is banned for 4 years. God damn.
Yo, did you know
he's banned for 4 years?
He is banned for 4 years, my guy.
You guys know
No,
that.
You know what that means? He's retired.
Huey Fury
Let
had
me
his
put the
title.
reverb on. Zolani Tete. Zolani Tete. Yo, that shit legit sounds like a chant though, bro. Like I feel like I'm in the jungle and shit when I do that shit, yo, and I'm hunting like the deer and all of that in the fauna.
Sounds like
Jules, I say every
shows.
time you fucking say Zulani Tate, I know in your mind you're probably think there's a certain term or the way that his name sounds that just gets you fucking like, you know.
Nah, that shit feels spiritual, bro. I feel connected to Gaia and shit, like to Mother Earth and all of that. I feel spiritual and all of that.
Everybody,
that's why they be named.
I can't so quick. My phone ain't holding no battery to stream or chewing my shit up. But I want to know that y'all see my top 25 Errol Spence fanatic excuse list.
Yo, I ain't
People
gonna
been
front
fighting
beat.
my shit heavy duty.
This shit with Alicia been keeping me busy. All right, there go Dulce. Let's see what he says.
How are we fangirls,
bro?
Up for this. Please explain it to me, bro.
Just don't jump on him. Let him talk.
Salute to everybody on the panel. I just want to say, how can you guys say you're boxing fans but make excuses for Canelo fighting Charlo? What if Charlo beats him? Then what?
What if he beats Charlo? Wait. What if? I know this guy. This dude's voice is familiar, bro. I know this guy, bro. All right. Well, so what's your shit? You mad that Canelo's not fighting Basic Vitas?
Nah, look, I'm not trying to troll react you. I watch your channel. Like, I fuck with your content. I disagree with some things, but it is what it is. You know, we're not all gonna agree. But yeah, what if Charlo beats Canelo? Then Benavidez.
I don't think Charlo's gonna beat him, though. I don't think
There's a high
he is.
chance of Charlo not beating
say
Canelo.
that. Hey, it's easy to say that. What if he does? Then Benavidez loses
Well,
his
what
opportunity.
if Ice Spice shows me her ass crack? What if, bro? What if the cucumbers taste better pickled? What if mine had a dick, she'd be my uncle?
Then,
what if, bro?
Yeah, see, you guys are so confident in that because you know you fear Benavidez, so you think he'll beat Charlo.
No, but see, there you go. But see, no, wait a minute. See, that's the problem that I have with Benavidez fans. For some reason, Benavidez fans think, at least, who might got an echo, please, whoever that is, bro. For some reason, Benavidez fans think that, like, I don't want to fight, for example, when no, I want him to fight Benavidez for the same reason I wanted Crawford to fight Spence, for the same reason I wanted Inouye to fight Fulton. Whoever got, who the fuck got all that shit going on?
Someone driving, Jules.
Well, what the fuck, yo? All right? Nobody, like, I don't know, if you high on Basic David, that's your prerogative, but don't put that shit on me because the fight I wanted in September was Basic Vitas because that dude is basic.
He's the most accurate in the division. He's
not.
Yeah, he is. 100%.
He's
the
more
most accurate.
Benavidez is accurate,
100%.
really?
He's more accurate than Canelo, really. What is that based on?
100%. Look it up. This is facts. You're saying
I haven't looked it up. That's how I know you're bullshitting.
No, I'm telling you. Excellent. Oh, yeah, and I also heard you say that Canelo stopped Plant and Benavidez couldn't. Fake news, false narratives. Look at the fight again. 8th round.
Wait. All right. So if I say, wait a minute. So if I say that Canelo stopped Plant and David didn't, that's fake. David did stop him?
8th round.
He stopped him?
He stopped him. And the ref said, go to the corner, Plant. Dr. Hepa, gave him time to recuperate. 8th round before Canelo. If I'm lying.
So the fight ended in a knockout. That's what you're telling me.
Should have been, but the
woulda, coulda, shoulda. See, that's the problem with y'all dudes. That's the problem with y'all dudes. This is how you live. You live in the woulda, coulda, shoulda realm. You're emotional. No. It's not a fact. It's not a fucking fact that the fight ended in a knockout. You're just being childish.
Look at the fight again.
I saw the fucking fight. Exactly. I saw the fucking fight. You telling me that if I say, yo, this fight didn't end in a knockout, I'm lying?
That's a false narrative, apparently.
They protected Canelo. You guys are trying to downplay
Benavidez. Who's protecting Canelo?
Canelo's not the PBC fighter. Caleb Peck was the PBC fighter.
I got Charlo beating Canelo too, 12 rounds.
Okay, go. So you're Canelo
yo, bro, no, wait a minute. No, I don't care who he picks to win the fight. See, this is my thing. I don't give a fuck if you think David wins. I don't give a fuck if you think Charlo wins. Awesome. What I want to know is if this shit don't work out the way you saying it is, if Charlo don't win, are you gonna come back here?
Yeah.
No,
and are you gonna give it? Since you think that Charlo can beat him, if he loses, Are you gonna give Canelo credit?
I give Canelo credit. I have him above a lot
What
of these
fucking
dudes.
credit you giving him? You telling me you giving me excuses because Canelo got the job done. Canelo a little ass motherfucker. He ain't 5'6". He ain't 5'7". He knocked out Caleb Plant. Your boy is damn near 6'1", 6'2". Rahat Drake's the damn near 200 pounds, and he could knock out a dude because he couldn't break the clinch.
How is
I'm
that
not
a false
trolling.
narrative?
I'm
How
not
is that a false
trolling.
narrative?
Go watch the fight with Benavidez and Plant. Benavidez,
Bro, we all
stopped him.
did.
When
We
they,
all
okay,
went.
Bro, wait, I got a question.
You
I got a
so
question.
many excuses,
Yo, are you from Arizona?
Nah.
Where you from?
California.
That must be it, because I'm like, I hear the Americanness.
Look,
I don't hear that Mexican fighting spirit. I hear excuses. That's what I hear. Excuses.
Look, I'm not a Canelo hater. Can I prove to you I'm not a Canelo hater?
I don't care if you are.
No, to the fans.
Yo, listen, you can have a picture of Canelo on the wall that you throw darts at. I don't care.
To the chat, to the people listening, like to the people, the audience. The first Triple G fight with Canelo was a draw. The Kovalev fight.
The first fight to me was Golovkin won the first fight.
He knocked out Kovalev. It wasn't rigged. He beat Lara. Lara ran the whole fight.
Pero, ¿y qué tú crees que tú estás diciendo que yo no sé?
No, I'm not telling you. I'm telling the audience.
Then what's the point, bro? What is the point?
They will say I'm a hater. I'm a hater because I want Benavidez to win, to fight.
Talk to the chat then. Don't come on here and talk to Jules.
Okay, you guys are the haters. The chat. You
How
people
we hating?
Wait, are you saying we the haters or the people in the chat?
The people saying the Kovalev fight was, you know, those narratives. Oh, this and that.
Bro, nobody up here said that, bro. I don't know if somebody in the chat said that, but I didn't say that.
I'm reminding you why these people don't want another. The Mexican monster.
Bro, listen, yo, Michael, Hulk Hogan would have beat Stone Cold. I don't care what you say.
Yo,
if we just gonna bring up random shit, bro, the Ultimate Warrior was a better wrestler than Bret Hart ever would have been, bro.
Tell me Obama
we have words now, Jules.
Bro, tell me Obama wouldn't beat Elon Musk in the street fight, bro.
You guys don't want another Mexican to go and dispute it, right? So that's why you're protecting
Mario, fuck out of here.
You don't.
Let me calm this motherfucker down.
Wait. Not you, IQ. I'm talking to the people in the panel, the people in the chat. They don't want another Mexican to be on this.
Why would they not want?
Why would we want that?
Why would we care about that though?
Why would we even care about that?
I think
why do you love Donald Trump? Why do you?
I think you have the wrong perception of
Why are you a Chinese? Why are you
this guy out now, please?
One second.
Everybody chill out. Everybody, Michael, go ahead. The floor is yours, Michael. Go ahead.
I think you have the wrong perception of this channel. Everybody that comes to this channel tunes in for the boxing first. We don't give a fuck if you're African.
No, you saying Canelo's gonna beat Charlo like 100%? That's not for sure, buddy. You can't tell the future. Don't be so confident.
So no. Wait a minute. So let me ask you a question. You saying that if I feel that Canelo's gonna win, I shouldn't say that?
No.
You want me? Don't say nothing. Don't talk over me. What do you want me to say if I think Canelo's gonna win? What would you have me say?
Like a broken needle, kid, you missing the point.
What's the point?
Is you rather the dude fight Charlo over Benavidez because you want.
I literally just said the opposite of that. I literally just said I wanted him to fight Benavidez in September.
You made videos on it, Jules. You made videos, multiple videos.
Yeah, but calling basic Venus, that doesn't sound like you really...
fucking basic. What the fuck you want me to call him?
He just be Plant, the slickster, slick mover.
Wait, can you...
Can I say something real quick, please?
Yo, Unbiased, I gotta go take a shit. Can you talk to this guy for me, please? I gotta take a shit.
Okay? It's Mike, right? It's Mike, right?
No, it's Dulce.
Yo.
Okay,
Che Gabbana.
All right, check this out. Okay, so I'm going to cover two things real quick and let everybody get the form again because my phone might die soon. Okay, when it comes to Charlo and Canelo, the simple fact is this. Charlo does not make good in-fight adjustments. If Canelo makes him uncomfortable, he's probably not going to make the adjustment. So when people say they're very, very confident Canelo is going to win, I'm not going to beef with them on it. You can have a difference of opinion and think Charlo has a chance to win, but the fact is he does not make good in-fight adjustments, and that's why I cannot pick him in the fight.
So how is it a pay-per-view fight? How are you hyped for this? How are the Canelo man fans
Who's
with
They're
their
both
pom-poms on?
undisputed because they're both undisputed champions.
The man fans are
Bro,
swinging
it's
their
the best
pom-poms,
fighting the best, though.
hating on
What are you talking
Benavidez and
about?
Andrade. Canelo ducked Andrade. But
Okay, hold
that's
on.
Oh, we like
but
that
that ain't
fight though over
I
here.
want to
that
respond.
ain't
Can I respond
pay-per-view.
to this? You said he ducked Andre, but it's already been proven that he went to go make a fight with Andre, and the thing is they forced him to fight somebody else, or they was going to strip him. And once they stripped him, he moved up from 160 to 168. That's already a factual. It's already been proven. That's already done. Now,
And
when
it's
it comes to Benavidez, check this out. Benavidez is a decent fighter. I don't dislike him as much as they do. But the fact of the matter is this: there's only one thing that Benavidez does great, and it's his stamina, his engine. He does not punch accurate as you think he does. He throws a lot of wild punches. He does not have proper feet. He doesn't use his feet very well. The thing is, Boo Boo has a
It's
chance
already
to do damage to him because of his deficiencies with his footwork, his deficiencies of not utilizing his length properly, because sometimes he smothers punches when he runs
it's already been proven that Ronnie Shields turned on a fight with Benavidez, said Morel's not ready, right? And what do you people do? You black dudes who don't want another Mexican to go undisputed, right? You pussy ass white dudes.
You're on the wrong channel talking about color. Okay?
Can
You're
I
on the
Yo,
channel
I'm
talking
biased.
about
I'm biased.
that loves
No, man.
Back, bro. I'm smart
you are.
than you.
I think the new way
Yo,
See,
over.
if he brings up color, he just lost the argument. Plain and
Dude,
simple.
Oh,
Yeah,
shut
you
up,
buddy,
lost the
China
you're
hater. Shut
Hold
up,
up, I
China
bro,
don't
hater.
you're
race
trying to
politics
like.
in boxing, bro.
You're
I
a
don't
China
do.
hater.
This
No
is
one
not a
cares what you
channel that
think,
does
China
race
hater.
politics in boxing. That's why I
Let
fuck
me get
with
my
you.
point. Hey, let me get my point across because you're talking over me like a woman. I just got here. Let me talk. These black
You
dudes
made a
and
statement that was
Bro,
common.
you
Oh,
saying nothing but bullshit.
You making race
how,
based.
bro?
look,
Saying
Race
look,
nothing but
based
bro.
shit is not
bullshit.
the
You're
forum for
sucking
race
the
They
based
pussy
shit.
off of
We don't
they
do
Benavidez
fear
right
race
now.
based shit.
Benavidez.
I
They fear
let him
Benavidez.
talk. Let him talk. Let him talk. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
they fear
Don't say
Benavidez.
anything.
Look,
Hey, before he talks, don't say anything racist and shit and get Jules' channel in trouble.
all right, yeah, I didn't say one thing racist yet. I spoke
Yeah,
facts.
you did.
No,
Yeah,
I
you did.
didn't.
You said black guys, this and that.
And
Come on, bro.
that's a black guy's a
And keep
curse word.
bringing
You
up
little cut.
Mexicans.
Well,
I,
you're bringing up race.
yo, let's just
You
stay on
little
topic.
China hater.
One
You
second.
hate China.
One
You hate
mic.
China.
One mic.
And
One
Yo,
mic.
you're
unbiased.
you hate
One second.
Call a spade,
Are you teaming up
bro.
with IBF?
you hate
Whoa,
China,
one
Japan,
second.
Korea. You hate
Stay
Mexicans.
on
You're the
topic.
racist.
Stay
Shut
on
your bitch ass
topic.
up.
Yo. Let's stay on topic. Let's stay on the
Let me
boxing.
talk then. Let me talk. You fear
I was about
Benavidez.
to pass it to you, dumbass. Now
All right,
you
well,
can
let me
go.
tell them why they fear Benavidez. Because these white people have no champions in America. They're bums. That's why they hate on
Why you
Canelo.
keep bringing up race?
Because Canelo,
That,
Why
bro.
talk
Canelo.
about
Why you
this is
keep bringing
about
up
Look,
race?
boxing?
shut the fuck
Boxing
up.
don't give a fuck what
You
color
dudes
they
are
are. What kind of
pussies.
dumb shit are you talking about? Leave the shit for
Jules,
talk that
Jules,
stupid
Look,
shit.
bro.
We're talking about the
Look,
boxing,
shut
fighting the
up.
boxing.
Shut
I
up
don't
for
give a
one.
fuck what color they
Yo,
are. I'm
get
a
off the
black
Shut
man.
up
fucking.
If
for
I think
one.
Yo,
Canelo
get
will
off
beat
the
a black dude,
StreamYard.
I think he's gonna beat him. I don't care about color. Stop
Jules,
bringing up
Bro.
race in the boxing. This
I'm
is not
biased.
the
You don't
I'm
channel
biased.
to
want another
talk about
Mexican to go
boxing.
undisputed. You don't want another Mexican to go
He's a
undisputed.
troll. He's a troll, bro.
He's
Bro, you're a fucking
trolling.
troll.
And
Get the fuck
and
out of
Canelo's
motherfucker,
the
here.
let me
best
tell you
white
something.
boxer
I
ever.
got love for everybody, black, white, or clear.
Canelo,
It doesn't even fucking matter.
shut up.
What matters is if
Canelo,
I don't like you, it's because
look,
you
they
have a
fear
shitty fucking
Benavidez.
personality.
They fear
Point blank.
Benavidez.
Period.
They fear Benavidez. Canelo's the best white boxer ever, and he's from Mexico. And these China
Yeah,
haters hate
but
Mexico.
What is
You
this?
hear
okay,
these
yeah, but like, why do you bring in
China hater.
nationality in this,
China
bro?
hater.
Just fucking leave it
No.
alone.
You don't want another Mexican to go undisputed.
Okay,
That's why you're protecting
Yo,
Fierro Benavidez.
yo,
Please take over.
shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
This shit is
Yo,
easy.
shut the fuck up, everybody. Shut the fuck up. Bro, you from fucking California, bro. Stop acting like you all for the Mexicans. You all for the Chicanos, bro. That's why you high on David. You ain't got that. You ain't got that real Azteca blood, bro. You. Déjame quieto, coño.
Tell
You
him.
ain't got that. You ain't got that motherfucking. You ain't got that Navarrete going on, bro. You got the Richie Valens shit going on. Tú no
He's a
quieres que
baboso.
tú no quieres que un mexicano sea undisputed. Tú quieres que un chicano sea undisputed.
Habla
That's why you so
inglés.
fucking
Estos los
fuck out of here.
Américas,
Habla en
Estados Unidos.
español, manín. Tú no eres
Habla
mexicano.
inglés.
Tú no eres mexicano.
Los güeros.
He's not a Mexican
¿Quién
or a
es
Chicano. He's
güero?
a
Canelo un
baboso.
güero.
He's a
Canelo un
baboso,
güero.
plain and simple. He's a
No.
baboso.
1 second. Seriously, like.
Tú eres un mexicano plástico, coño. Tú eres un plástico, Vete por el diablo, coño, con toda esa vaina. Get the fuck out of here,
He's
bro.
not worth it. He's a troll. Like, just remove him.
He's a dickhead, bro.
He's not bringing up any points. He's bringing up race. He
Nobody
lost.
when it's boxing, bro. I don't give a fuck about none of that. That shit is dumb.
It's stupid.
I'm over there taking a shit, listening. I'm like, what the fuck is this dude talking
This shit
about?
getting
Bro?
stupid. Like you don't want to see a Mexican. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm a boxing fan. I don't give a fuck what color you are, bro.
You got to look at it like this. Somebody bringing up color or race, it's a neurotic way of thinking.
Bro, that dude is that dude is a fucking Jono Sabo, bro, because it be the Jono Sabos that come up with the virtue signaling.
He's a baboso. He's a baboso.
Ain't no motherfucking ain't nobody from south of the border got that bitch in them to be crying like that, dude. That's how I know, like, bro, you ain't nothing, bro. You the fuck out of here, bro.
Serious talk.
You know
I
what?
think that
As
was
much
someone
as
trying to get your channel kicked because he waited until you were gone to start with the racist shit.
Yeah,
so
like, bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like,
yo,
the other shit is, look, this is the shit, and I'm gonna say it. See, I'm live right now getting a little bit of change. You should be out there in the world trying to get some head, man. Some pussy. Get some pussy. It's Saturday. I'm old. I'm married with children. I'm old. If I was your age, I would be outside right now trying to get some pussy. Not pussy.
Some mushu, bro.
Mushu. Right? Go do something. Instead of waiting for people to go live so you can act stupid and disruptive, do you realize how they can't tell when they on the internet, because the internet in real life, I mean the etiquette for the internet is different from the etiquette in real life. What you're actually doing is waiting for someone to go live so that you can be disruptive. You have nothing better to do?
Bro.
It's Saturday, bro.
Yeah, but like, you know what? This fucking channel is not for this nationalistic fucking.
Do that shit,
yo, I fucking hate you. Listen, I hate Jono Sabos, bro. I really like. I really do. Like, if I hate anybody, it's some Jono Sabos. Like,
I can't stand tribalists. Period.
I hate Jono Sabos because they'll pretend that they all listen, all that, and you a crybaby, bro. You a crybaby. Shut up. Go, Mira, go learn to speak Spanish first, bro. Then come back and we could talk. Go learn to speak Spanish, bro.
We should have known he was full of shit the second he was like, go watch the 8th round.
Yo, you know what? I actually do remember him from a couple months ago.
Somebody needs to give him his Similac first.
Dime tú, manín. ¿Para qué tú te vas a llamarte Dulce? What are you telling us, that you sweet?
Fuck that gangster shit. Let him know, Jules. Fuck that.
Why would yo, como un hombre? Yeah, let me call myself Dulce.
Yo,
soy el Dulce.
I know.
Fuck out of here, bro.
I just gotta ask.
That's like, yo, that's like in the 90s. Y'all ever ran into somebody in the 90s? I used to be motherfuckers with some weird names in the 90s. Motherfucker named Divine. Like, bro, why is your name Divine?
Divine.
Your mother called you that?
But you know, it's funny. Them motherfuckers was wild, dangerous, Divine.
Nah, bro.
Dangerous.
So you telling me Dulce, sweetness, the equivalent of his name in English?
It's sweet.
Is sweetness.
It's sweet. No, it's sweet, bro. It's fucking weird on this. That's like
he might as well name himself Delicious.
Yo, man, when Unbiased was breaking it down, when Unbiased was breaking it down from Giddy, I could actually see his fucking face melting. He was just kind of being like, going like, what? Facts? What?
Bro, I just want to ask the
We're
chat.
talking about like actual boxing? Oh, wait. We're talking about technical skills? Wait. Oh, I have nothing to retort to. Well, okay, I'm just gonna call you a bunch of fucking fanboys and blah 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 and this that now, because fuck, man, schoolboy shit. Keep it out of here, bro.
No, de verdad. ¿Qué clase de hombre se llama Dulce? ¿Qué clase de hombre se llama Dulce?
Es un
Ese tipo
maricón.
un joto. Eso es lo que estoy diciendo, mariconazo. Like, yo, get the fuck out of here,
Bro,
bro.
I'd be a...
Hey, Jules and chat, can you hear me?
En México le llaman
Yeah,
joto.
okay.
Ajá, ¿verdad? Mira, en México se dice joto. En la República Dominicana se dice pájaro.
Oh,
Pájaro. Ese tipo es un pájaro.
Okay.
Pajarazo, coño. Me quieto.
But I gotta really quickly ask the chat. At any point, did anybody on this panel or this channel make you feel that we hate Mexican champions?
No fucking way, bro.
None whatsoever.
Not even in the slightest.
Not even in the slightest. Where did that come from? I want to know.
No, porque la otra vaina es, déjame decirte esto, punto y aparte. David Benavides él no es mexicano.
No es.
Él es un americano. Por ejemplo, aunque la sangre mía es dominicana, See, yo me voy para la República Dominicana
Fairly
right now.
Arizonian.
You know what they're gonna call me? An American. That's what they're gonna call me.
And let me,
David,
yeah.
one at a time, fellas.
My bad.
David is not Mexican, fam. Like, I don't know what the fuck. Like, I don't even know what. Like, David, nah, you not Mexican, bro. You are Arizonian, not Mexican, bro.
Yeah.
And I don't mean no offense, but fam, that's the way it is. If I'm got Dominican blood, if I go to DR right now, they not gonna call me that. They gonna be like, you're American.
They call me
Proud
American all
citizen
the
of the state of
fucking time,
Arizona. I apologize
and
for David Benavidez.
Yeah, you know, shoot
Okay.
him next time you see him, bro. Like,
Okay, let
take
me
that
ask the
charge
panel
for us,
this.
yeah?
Sorry, let me ask
What's
the panel this. To give Dulce boy a fucking boner, what are your guys' guess that because Al Heyman, you know, he forced Jose Benavidez Sr. to kiss and suck fucking Canelo's dick for a bit because
ain't even that.
they're
This
eventually
dude
gonna get the
wait,
fight on. Are they gonna get the fight on?
This dude can't afford emojis. He tried to type the emoji. Look at this.
Yo, this shit is embarrassing. Yo, bro, like,
Yo, how you type? Wait. How you type that many times? And we mad, bro? You fucking furious?
Go
He
afford a
literally
fucking
writing
iPhone.
the emojis, bro.
Yo, Dulce, babe, go afford
It's
an iPhone
literally
and then
an
come talk to us,
icon. You
bitch.
can click.
Go afford
I
an
told
iPhone,
you that
man.
dude phone don't come with emojis. He got to put the HTML on, like you know when you write the
Oh man.
Oh,
All right, guys. Let me.
Yo, remember back in the day, you used to have to write it in manually, B. This phone got emojis.
Oh,
All right,
shit.
guys. Let me say something. Okay, three of my favorite. Talking
what
about
I
like
do
he
sometimes,
supposedly hates. You know, we hate Mexican fighters. Let me tell you something. Growing up as a fight fan, three fighters that I enjoyed watching: Chavez, Jorge Paez, and Barrera. Where were they from? Mexico.
They're from
Bro, the
Bro,
shit is that
trying to
look, I
justify
talked
it
to
just gives him
yo
power.
one no.
Make fun.
When you giving somebody power over you when you do that, right? Check
I
it,
got you.
Napoli.
I got you,
You
bro.
giving somebody power over you when you do that because you making a baseless accusation about me, like I'm gonna explain myself to you. Fuck out of here.
Yeah,
I don't gotta
exactly.
do that. I don't gotta do
Bro,
that.
You're right. You're right.
This is not that
100%.
channel, bro. This is a boxing channel. We do not give a fuck if you're fucking American, Mexican, Haitian.
It's a global sport.
It's
It's a global sport, exactly.
Shit, it ain't even that. It's that goes what I was saying. If you know, like that go, I would feel stupid explaining myself. Like that's not true. I like Emmanuel Navarrete. I'm not doing that shit.
No,
Yeah,
we
you
like
ain't got to do all of that.
boxers.
Yeah,
We
you're
like
right.
boxers.
Yeah, I got
We analyze the boxing
Listen, bro,
abilities
I
of
was
a
watching Chavez whoop ass while you was your father nutsack, bro. Like I'm not explaining myself to yo on my block, for example. Everybody picked Camacho because it was mad Puerto Ricans. This shit. I was the only dude. Like I got Chavez. It was mad at me.
Yo, when you talk
happened in
about like
90 what?
when you talk about
What year did that happen?
when you talk about ring entrances,
that was when I was a kid. My whole block.
Damn, that was like 100 years ago.
A gajillion years ago.
Oh,
when you talk about
Brooklyn? You from Brooklyn, Jersey?
I'm from Harlem.
Harlem,
Spanish Harlem. Spanish Harlem.
Yeah.
No, I'm not from Spanish Harlem. It's a difference. I'm not from Spanish Harlem. There's a big
No,
difference.
I was talking about. I was thinking Camacho. Camacho's from Spanish Harlem.
Oh, yeah, he is, but not me. I'm
right.
from the West Side Harlem.
No, you're not from the West Side. You a Spanish Harlem, nigga. Stop lying.
My God, stop playing with me, bro. I ain't from La Marqueta, bro. I ain't from over there. Ain't nothing over there but heroin addicts, and dilapidated buildings.
But
Right?
hey, Jules in chat, I wanted to ask you like something boxing related, obviously. So, firstly, let me introduce myself. Name's Jerome. I'm from the UK. I've been following you, Jules, for about 2 years now. Love your boxing takes. Yeah, London. London. So, what I wanted to ask you guys is like, what's your take on Wilder versus Joshua?
Oh man, can I get the floor with this one? At one
Let me go. See, this is my take, right? If you follow this channel, you know I'm real big on Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
Here's the problem I have with that fight. Well, here's the problem that I have with the way that AJ's been fighting. The problem I have is he's given Wilder enough distance, enough space to get out the right. The way that Fury was able to take away the right was by stepping into the jab, either tying him up or moving him around, but it was stepping into his punches. The way AJ is fighting, that he's pecking away at the guy, pecking away, and not putting punches together, you can't fight Wilder like that. If you fight him like that, he's going to let go of the right hand. He's going to counter your jab with his right. That's what he's going to do. He only has one punch. He has one punch. The whole fight, he has one punch that he's looking to throw. And if you don't smother him, he's going to throw it.
Yep,
So
Joshua needs to steamroll him like Fury did.
No, that's the problem I got there. Like you, and we could say that. Well, you know, the camp for Wilder is not going to look like the camp for, let's say, Robert Helenius, which really wasn't even a camp because they were getting ready for Dillian, which is why it's kind of negligible that they never give him that kid. Never gets treated fairly. Never.
No, he doesn't.
Ever. He doesn't ever get treated
Unfair
like
treatment.
Wilder had a whole camp for Helenius. Joshua took him on at a week's notice. When they was in camp getting ready, they was not getting ready for somebody eye level to Joshua. They was getting ready for Dillian, who don't fight nothing like Robert Helenius. But you're not going to hear people say that because it's like the cool thing to do is to trash AJ. That's just how they are. Like they get a kick out of that shit. In reality, AJ could still win the Wilder fight, I think, because Wilder only has one punch that he's looking to throw. But unless your strategy is centered around taking the right hand away, he's going to land.
Yeah. So you know what? Here's my take on it. I'm not really so much worried about Wilder landing the right hand because in most of his fights, he lands it. But the thing I genuinely question is power. Because we can argue, does Wilder hit harder than Klitschko?
That's a very good question. And I don't think, my honest opinion is he doesn't because the majority of his knockouts are over people that were stumbled. I mean, like, I don't want to be fucked up, but they were stumble bumps. If anyone from Joe Joyce to Philippe Hergovic, just anybody out there right now fought the first 32 fighters that Wilder fought, they would all have a high knockout percentage because all 32 of them was...
He ain't a harder hitter than Ernie Shavers, that's for sure.
When he fought Jermaine Stiverne the first time, he didn't knock him out. And I think that's a red flag. They're like, oh, so the second you fought a top 10 ranked opponent in the division, you couldn't put him away. The very second. Up until that point, and it's not like Stiverne had not been knocked out before. He had been knocked out before by Demetrius King. So I see your point about the smoke and the mirrors. I agree. But the reason I'm still cagey about it is, remember, this is the heavyweight division. It's at least 200 pounds behind every single punch. At least.
Takes one punch.
Only takes one.
And I don't disagree with you there at all. At all. Because we can look at the Dillian White versus Povetkin fight as an example. Dillian was winning the fight. He caught a flash uppercut, knocked out. That's the heavyweight division.
He got hit by that white lion, dog. He got hit by the white lion and got slumped. Yo, when I saw that, I was so pissed the fuck off. I just had to make jokes because I was angry as fuck for Dillian because after all the bullshit Wilder put him through for all those years, Povetkin to sleep your shit something delicious.
But that's another reason why it's like they say things like, for example, that, the Klitschko era was trash. No, it wasn't. That's not true. A lot of those guys were good enough that even after Klitschko retired, they were still out here fighting and getting it on. You know what I mean? A lot of those guys were actually good fighters, like Povetkin, like Pulev, like Chisora. Chisora was a good fighter. They look at boxing on paper. On paper, he got losses. On paper, he got losses in the double digits. In reality, Chisora, he'll fuck somebody up, bro. He will fuck. He would have, I should say. The difference between a Wilder and a Chisora is Chisora was fighting real people from the get, and you were protected from real people from the get. While he was fighting Robert Helenius and Tyson Fury and Vitaly Klitschko, who the fuck was you fighting? He was at the Brawl in the Mall with Journeyman.
Harold Sconier.
Yeah, Chisora fought Vitaly for his title in his 15th fight.
If gave Derek them same 32 guys, I swear to God, and you could go look it up. You don't have to believe shit I say. You gave Derek them same 32 guys. If he don't fight Tyson, if he don't fight Helenius and get robbed, they didn't even see that. Like, he got robbed in that fight. He got robbed in a Helenius fight, bro.
badly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't watch none of this shit. But I'm like, and that's why so many things go over their head. They're like, well, if you don't really watch this shit and you just watching like 2-3 of the same guys, of course you're gonna think that shit. Reality is Wilder could have been better. He could have been.
Yeah.
He could have been better because he was an Olympian. He did have great dimensions for the weight at the time. Even if you didn't want to fight Vlad right away, I could have forgiven that. I believe it. I could have forgiven that if you would have fought Charles Martin. Did you fight Charles Martin? No. Why didn't you fight Charles Martin if both you and him are PBC fighters? That should have been an easy fight to make. You didn't make it, did you? You don't want to do shit. You don't want to do shit.
And see, this is my thing when it comes to Wilder, which is why I pick AJ, is because when it comes to most of these PBC fighters, I find most of them are hype jobs.
Most of them are.
Yeah, most of them are hype jobs. And my reasoning for that is like, okay, as you said, as you coming up through your career, you've not taken any step ups. And the one time you took a step up, you lost, and then you got ironed out 2 times by somebody who's not even known as a puncher.
Exactly.
So when I look at AJ versus Wilder, I'm like, okay, cool. I understand your point, Jules, why you say like, you know what, I'm not so sure because AJ's fighting tentatively. He's not installing confidence is what I'm saying.
No,
but
I agree.
When I look at the pedigree and who AJ has fought, AJ's been in there with some real punchers who you could argue hit just as hard or if not harder than Wilder. And every time AJ's been sparked,
a lot more technical too, and a lot more technical punchers
like
that deliver their punches properly.
To me, the Americans would hear me say this, and it would sound like a blasphemy if they hear me say that I wholeheartedly believe that Alexander Povetkin, the one that AJ fought, is a way more dangerous puncher than Wilder. Wilder can't disguise. You go into the fight knowing that he's going to throw the right. With Povetkin, you don't know when it's coming. And if you've watched boxing, you know this is one of the sneakiest hookers the division has seen in at least the last 15 years. Because he'll hit you with short shit and you won't see it. And it's 200 plus pounds on it. You won't see it. The other thing is, Wilder's bronze. That man is gold. That man is a gold medalist, bro. To me,
multiple fucking tournaments. He's been fucking niggas up for years.
AJ already fought more dangerous punches than Wilder has. The disconnect that makes me nervous ahead of what could be this fight is it looked like you doubting yourself. That's what I don't.
He is doubting himself.
That's like
the way Povetkin hit Dillian White, that man, that was a sweet uppercut. That was a sweet uppercut. It was sneaky. It just came up out of nowhere. Bah! That was it.
It wasn't out of nowhere. He conditioned
him. Not even that. The way he hit Mahmoud Char, bro. You mother stupid motherfucker went.
Hang on.
All right, motherfucker.
He disguised it. He conditioned it. You're right. Yeah.
Look, I'm thinking.
Let me defend Wilder's resume here a little bit. How dare you all discredit the win over Luis Ortiz, the great Cuban sensation boxer who is champion of tournaments since the Roman Coliseum days? How dare you all discount that win?
What they do with Wilder and Luis Ortiz is what they're currently doing with Gervonta Davis and Isaac Cruz, to where the only thing you actually did that you're being glorified for is losing. You have no signature wins. You didn't beat anybody. You were never a champion. People don't realize. You know how long Ortiz was here for all these people. You know that, right? Eric and Dillian.
Vlad's era as well.
He's from Vlad's era. How could you have been in that era? You have this many fights, and while Vlad and everybody else is getting it on, including Derek, right? Carlos Takam, he's also a remnant of the Klitschko era. You look at their resumes and you see they're like, damn, y'all fought everybody.
They don't even have a Carlos Takam, bro.
Carlos Takam is better than the majority of what you find in Ortiz's resume and Wilder's resume. It is, bro.
Harold Squares was able to do that to you, bro. Imagine Carlos Takam.
Think about it. You remember Mike Perez almost killed You guys remember Mike Perez almost killed Magomed Abdulsalam from New York?
Yeah, I remember.
Imagine fucking Wilder having to fight a slick motherfucker like that. He would look bad. Like, Takam dealt with fucking Perez relatively easy. And look what Morris Breedis did to fucking Mike Perez. Do you think fucking Deontay Wilder's going to be able to deal with a slick dude like that who
The real
punches
shit
hard
is
like
that
that?
the American
Come on,
the
bro.
Americans and the American media don't want to hear this, right? And that's really what it all boils down to. The reason that he was never looked at in the proper lens as of 2017 is because AJ made the Americans feel bad. Honestly.
Yeah.
This doesn't get said enough. One at a time, fellas. This doesn't get said enough. Where Wilder didn't even have an exclusivity deal with Showtime. Showtime offered AJ one, right? AJ had both Showtime and HBO put up $1 million a piece for the rights to the Klitschko fight. AJ had a whole country behind, a whole country. Whereas Wilder, people didn't even know him over here. So the momentum that he eventually gained did not come from his career or anything that he did. It came from jealousy. That this AJ person is out here. He's a star over there, bro. He's like fucking Julio Iglesias or some shit. A menudo. And all we got is this skinny guy that don't be fighting nobody.
Yo,
Joshua was on the Forbes list.
Stuff, bro. Don't talk
So,
that menudo stuff. Yo, Ricky Martin's a wild boy.
No, I just wanted to say this, and here was my whole take for the reason coming on. Is when I'm looking at these PBC fighters and when they eventually step up, let's use Spence Crawford as an example, they get ironed out. So my take is this: Wilder gets ironed out by AJ, just like how Spence got ironed out by Crawford.
It's possible. It's
a possibility, but the reason I'm so dead set on that as my take is just based on his resume. Like, you haven't fought anybody that the caliber of AJ has fought. You're not proven yourself. And the one guy you did fight, you thought he was a cherry pick. It was a cherry pick gone wrong. Fury came off the couch.
AJ, boxing. Wait, one at a time, fellas. Boxing wise, right? The way I see AJ could take him apart. AJ has a better jab than Wilder. These motherfuckers don't know nothing about what a good jab is supposed to look like to argue with me. AJ has a better, snappier jab than Wilder. My fear is that because you're pecking away with the jab, you're just pecking. It's one at a time. If you're tentative about bringing over that right, he'll shoot his, and then you'll get hit mid-punch, and you could go out. That's my problem. That killer, that 2017, 2018, 2019 AJ, oh, yeah, I'm convinced, if they would have fought, Wilder would have lost. You just
that
can't
would have been
tell
a bad beating too.
You just can't tell because of the effort that goes into protecting Wilder. Oh, but Wilder knocked out Ortiz. Yeah, the Ortiz that couldn't beat Ruiz. That Ortiz?
The Ortiz who turned down the fucking AJ offer too?
The Ortiz that looked like Kaká with Dave Allen? That Ortiz? The White Rhino? They forget that, Ortiz was on Matchroom. Ortiz was on Matchroom for 2 fights, and he looked like shit in both of them.
And he did.
Man.
Say it again, bro.
Fucking boogeyman. They forget, like, you went in there with Malik Scotch, and you look like shit. And you went in there with Dave Allen, and you look like shit. You look like fucking shit. If you this boogie oogie, man, how you looking like that with Dave Allen?
He put Wilder through hell in that first fight.
Because they only look good against each other. Yo, being real, they only look good against each other. A lot of the time, the PBC guys only look good. Like Brandon, you bugging. Navarrete
would do bad things to that boy.
Bro, if you think his eyes is far apart now, let him fight Navarrete. Oh my God. This shit should end up in the back of his head.
Brendan Figueroa better not. He better not, bro.
Them dudes is ass, bro. Like it's not a coincidence. It's just like Jerome is saying. It's not a coincidence that they don't just lose. Motherfuckers lose sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, Loma lost to Lopez. He lost.
They get done bad.
Adonis Stevenson damn near died.
Yeah.
Hey, my Haitian brother did hurt fucking Vodzik before
just,
he almost got killed
motherfuckers.
One person that gave a
motherfuckers don't just lose, they get destroyed. Better be destroyed, Marcus Brown.
Okay, cool.
Destroyed him. All right? But Crawford destroyed Spence. Bro, what are you saying? What?
Stevenson did give a better fight than all the other PBC.
Did he not damn near die? Did he not damn near die?
Didn't he put him in a coma?
He put him in a coma that lasted for weeks.
Yeah, Boza gave him a brain clot, brain bleed.
That's the point I'm making. The only reason that Subriel is over there tearing shit up, PBC didn't build Subriel. That's a top-ranked fighter you looking at. And the only reason they cut him is because he killed a man on live TV.
Maxime Dadash.
That's the only reason they cut him. It ain't because he fucked up. It's because he killed a motherfucker. Like, no, we
Which,
can't
to be
have
honest
this
with you, I kind of
motherfucker
think
on
that's
TV.
stupid. That's kind of stupid on their part.
Had this motherfucker on TV out here killing motherfuckers.
I think that was a little bit dumb on their part.
Dadashev was an elite level prospect too. People fail to realize that.
Yeah,
Dadashev was touted to be a dude at 140, and I remember, he was talking niggas on them top rank.
I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm just saying that it's how Jerome says it is though. That you know Jerome. I've been saying that when they put him in there with guys, man, they don't just lose. And you could lose, bro, and it's all good. You could lose, bro. You know what I mean? But these motherfuckers don't just lose. These motherfuckers, Julio said the shit. They get turned into pink smoke. Like when you take a headshot and you see the pink smoke come out.
And I want to piggyback off what
motherfuckers get turned into ash.
And I want to piggyback off what you're saying, because if you look at it, it's like, it's a pattern. It's like, PBC fighters hyped up to be more than they are. Then they eventually step up, and then they get ironed out. They get found out because the bottom line is in boxing, there's nowhere to hide. When you get in the ring, you can't hide anymore.
Exactly.
Well, the funny thing is they're not even really stepping up so much as that. Well, they're demanding they step up because Al Heyman is keep getting them fights for someone else. No, Fulton, you're going to fight Figueroa one weight class above. No, Spencer,
and they don't. It's because they don't have a vetting process. I don't.
They build stars.
I don't knock people for not noticing that Top Rank has a vetting process that you see a fighter go through, and this is how Michael knows that, like, if a guy might go through some shit, or how I know that, like, yo, this guy might go through some shit. I said it about Anderson. Anderson got to stop pulling back in straight lines. Yeah. They've been putting you in there with heavyweights that are not 6'5", that are not 6'6", that don't have 78 or 80-inch wingspan. But when they do, you're gonna see what you got. And that's why he struggled with Charles Martin, right? There is a legitimate vetting process that goes on when Top Rank has a prospect that doesn't go on when PBC has a prospect. That's why they'll have a guy like Rayo. Yeah, you out here fighting these dead bodies, man. Of course you're gonna look good. Those some dead bodies, man. They just try to make you look good.
But
they not building you.
Sorry to interrupt. I gotta jump off. I'm gonna spend some time with the wife and family. So I'll be in the channel. I'll watch you guys later. God bless. Take care.
Bro.
Take care.
Take care. God bless.
There's a legitimate vetting process that a top rank, and you can see what fighters pass the tests and what fighters don't. Like Edgar, he didn't pass the test. They put you in there with two movers that like the jab, and you look like shit. And then they put you in there with a stationary target, so you wouldn't have to struggle with the movers, and you still look like shit. And after that, they cut him loose. Like, all right, bro,
look what happened with Elvis Rodriguez. Same thing.
Bro, listen. And I'll admit, like Tank, like, he's an excellent counter puncher. I do see him sometimes set up, get ready for those counters. He's pretty good at that. Like, he's pretty good at that. I'll give him that. But wait. He has not been placed in a fight where, like, it was supposed to be remotely competitive since Pedraza in 2017. And bro, when you see, and we are in 2023, and bro, let's not forget, Leo Santa Cruz was putting hands on him. So imagine whenever he does fight like a guy from a different promotion who's been developed properly. That's all I gotta say.
Bro, he probably gonna get surprised by some motherfucker that he supposed to beat.
My
whole shit is, bro, I don't like arguing. I don't like getting into arguments and shit, and I don't gain nothing out of it, which is why I don't like arguing that much with people on Twitter, because in the end, I'm going to be right, you going to be wrong, but you won't admit it. So what do I get out of this? Nothing. Did I initiate this? No. You talking to me like you know more about it than I do when you don't. You don't. You just don't want to admit it. Ain't nothing. You ain't going to teach me shit. You know, I'm not gonna learn shit from some shit you said. You just telling me how you feel. Fuck how you feel. I don't care. It's a fact that Crawford was frozen out. It's a fact. It's a fact that they didn't want to put him in their graphics. It's a fact that they said, we don't recognize the WBO title as a legitimate world title. That's a fact they said that. It's a fucking fact that Tim Smith said, people ain't going to buy the Crawford fight. They going to steal that shit. They ain't going to make no money. He said that. It's a fucking fact that they offered Errol to, at a time when Crawford is a free agent, he ain't with nobody, nothing going on, what y'all did. Y'all offered Errol to Crawford. And then after that, what y'all did? Oh, yeah, we'll make the fight for no money down. You're going to make an undisputed title fight 5 years in the making. No money down. No guarantee. That doesn't strike you as odd?
It's laughable.
Wait a minute. Hedge funds, Jules.
It was going to pay him in fucking in great adventure tickets and season passes.
Monopoly money.
And that doesn't strike you as odd. It's fucking great. Like, man, stop talking to me, man. Go argue amongst yourselves. Stop talking to me.
Man.
I don't like that.
That's why I'm mad that Elon about to take the block button away. So more of these motherfuckers.
He can't do that. He can't do that. They won't be able to be put on the App Store or.
Bro, I really think Elon don't care no more, bro. I don't think he cares.
Asshole. I don't like that dude. He's a fucking
turned Twitter, bro. He turned Twitter into X.
Yo, I don't
X gonna give it to you.
Why?
Give it to you.
Wakanda.
God damn it.
He didn't turn into X, he turned into Wakanda.
X gonna give it to you.
Man,
Yo, on the basis of what that UK homie was saying about like AJ and Wilder, is like, I'm thinking, because I'm looking at it from, it's a psychological thing. I said that previously, like AJ's tentativeness, but then at the same point, I was thinking, because I'm under the highest like idea that Wilder Helenius fight was a total fucking setup. That was a total fucking. So yeah, it was a total fucking setup. So if Wilder's looking at AJ's past performance, saying he actually fought this fucking dude, versus me, I had a fucking gift given to me because I just texted Helenius and going, yo, man, you gonna lay down for me? All right, done. Yeah, do it old. Yeah, like old school 1930s prohibition style fucking mafioso fucking bouts. So he did that. Yeah. He did that, right? So
that's funny as hell.
Right? So
you
like
take a dive or we're breaking your legs.
Right.
Take a dive.
Right? So now AJ, so Wilder in his fucking like little chicken head must be thinking, oh shit, like AJ actually could take me into deep waters. Like if he's thinking properly, then he's going, I might get my fucking braids twisted back. Like, and that's factual.
But also if you're Wilder, you haven't retired yet. You know, look, put it this way. It looks like Wilder's not going to fight this year. It's just looking that way, unless they schedule him something for the fall, because the Ruiz fight is dead. We know that now. It's dead. You know, the order got pulled. It's dead. It's not going to happen. So if Wilder doesn't fight this year, right, and you had all this opportunity, because it doesn't have to be Ruiz. It's just about getting a tune-up fight in anyway. It didn't have to be Ruiz. You could fight anybody, but fight somebody because you need rounds. If he don't fight nobody, all I see is, yo, you cashing out. Because at this point, that fight gets you the most money you could get. You're not even here to win. You here to lay down, because you know you're gonna get a lot of money for the fight.
Yeah, you're just getting a check to lay down.
I don't like the
one moment to
division,
appreciate.
man.
Can we take one moment to appreciate what kind of special, kind of stupid Andy Ruiz is? He's priced himself out of a Fury fight, an AJ rematch, and now a Wilder fight.
But the reason I don't judge him is because I don't know what they offered him. I don't know. If you Ruiz, see, I like to look at both sides of the argument. And if you Ruiz, yeah, my pay-per-views didn't sell shit, but yours didn't either. You was just on pay-per-view. You didn't sell shit. So why the fuck I get the dick and the booty money?
No, I'm not gonna lie. Ruiz is in the point now where he should just take whatever they give him, bro.
I agree.
So
but
is Wilder.
I agree. The reason, and this is what the caveat is, that Wilder can afford to not have the Ruiz fight because he got the AJ fight to fall back on. That's the caveat. They're like, you didn't sell shit and he didn't sell shit, but he at least has the AJ fight and he can still have. You don't have shit. So unless I know what they offered you, and we don't know, none of us do. There's no number out there that we know, like, okay, Ruiz, this is what you was gonna get for Wilder. None of us know. Until I know what the number is or a ballpark, I ain't even gonna say nothing. Because for all I know, they probably offered that man peanuts. I don't know what they offered that man.
I don't like the heavyweight division, man.
It don't make sense because, like, yeah, Ruiz is not Julio Iglesias. I dig that. But Wilder ain't Ali. The fuck? You don't draw like that. You just fought. Nobody bought that shit. So don't act crazy with me now. Nobody bought that shit. Only motherfuckers online fuck with you like that. That shit didn't sell nothing. So if you was really the man like that, why ain't nobody buy your fight? And I'm supposed to come in here and get this dick in the booty money? My ass, motherfucker. I go motherfucking get more ugly ass tattoos before I let y'all do me like that. Fuck out of here.
Usyk will not
tattoos in the booty before I get a dick in the booty.
I only watch it because of Usyk. That's it. And I don't like the heavyweight division.
Yeah, I don't like it either. And the WBC just canceled the purse bid for Ruiz and Wilder. You figure that clown Mauricio Suleiman will go down the list and put another two people to fight in an eliminator.
I believe the reason he doesn't want to wait. The reason he doesn't want to go down the list, you know why? If you go down that list, you're gonna bump into a guy that I don't like, but he could beat Wilder, and that's Frankie Sanchez. If you see, because what normally go down, okay, Ruiz, you want to act like a bitch? Fuck you. Let's go down the list. And if you go past Andy, Frankie Sanchez. Wilder don't want to fight no Frankie Sanchez.
Nobody wants to fight Frankie.
No.
Wilder gets embarrassed by Frankie's. He might get stopped, bro. Real talk. He might.
Bro, a dude with a hairline like that don't got nothing to lose, bro. He will box the shit out of you.
He's like what, 28? He's like supposedly 28 or something like that. You don't look
really work.
It's gonna look like Marciano versus.
Bro, the light bounce off his forehead while y'all boxing. The light bounce off his forehead and it blind you and you can't see him. And that's how he hit you with all them jabs and shit, bro.
That's something about Tony Harrison?
Yo, this was bad, bro.
Why you said that about Tony?
No, I'm dead ass. I just came back. I thought you guys were talking about Tony Harrison.
Nah, no, talking about
Frank Sanchez.
Yeah. Yo, you better never go to a PBC show, bro. Don't go to no PBC show.
He gonna get jumped. Hold up, Jules. There was a rumor that it was 70-30 on the Wilder Ruiz. There was a rumor. Again, we don't know that's fact, but it was a rumor it was 70-30.
Okay,
now,
on that premise, unbiased, on that premise, I would say that 70-30 is...
It's fair, bro. It's fair.
Bro, you can't say that because you remember how you... Okay, what about Devin and Shakur? What was your opinion about Devin and Shakur? About
I thought Shakur should take that shit.
Shakur was worth
I wasn't dick riding. Shakur better take that shit.
You got to say AJ. I mean, then you got to say Ruiz had to take that 70-30.
That's exactly what I'm fucking saying. Take that shit.
Yeah, Ruiz should have, but the problem is...
Right now.
The problem is
I'm biased.
Wait. The problem is y'all don't want to believe this. What Devin sent Shakur is not real. That's not real. No, it's not real.
But if it was real, 25.
I'm trying to tell you. Let me tell you why it's not real. Let me tell you why it's not real. Who money are you sending them? Who money? You sending them a split. You sending them a split. Who's paying for the pot? He was top rank, and Bob said that offer. Bob said there was no substance to that offer. So it's not top rank's money.
Say that again.
That's what he said.
I always love that Bob Aaron impression.
He said there was no substance to that offer. So it's not. Hold up. So use your brain. Use your brain. If it's not top rank's money, what the fuck are you actually offering him then?
Because promotions money.
Look, and that's my point. Y'all, everybody's sitting there arguing about. I'm like, why y'all arguing? That shit is not real. That's not real.
Yeah.
Whatever he's saying, I ain't even mad at you. You got to say something, right? I ain't even mad at you. But being real, you not offering him nothing. Yo, Michael, I'll give you 75-25. Of what, bro? Box some mangoes? I'm not offering you, bro.
Your box look like that's like 90-10. Ain't no mangoes left in there, damn it.
I hate all them shits.
No,
That box cool when it's
realistically speaking, Devin and Shakur, it's a 60-40, 55-45 split. No more, no less.
That shit was not real. I'm just telling you that what people was put out there, that shit was not real. 70-30 or 75-25 of nothing is nothing. And
yeah,
who's bankrolling the show?
Devin don't want to fight him till 140, 147. Let's just be real. He want to wait till he get comfortable in a higher weight, and then he'll fight. Shakur,
Which
because
makes
he got
sense
a
because
disadvantage draining himself to fight at 135,
exactly.
fighting a caliber fighter shit like Shakur at 135. That's what I look at. That's how
it would be stupid right now at this point for Devin to go down to 35.
I wasn't mad about that shit. Like I ain't mad. Look, I ain't mad at Devin. Go fight Regis. Do what you do. I'll buy the pay-per-view, even though I don't think it's pay-per-view worthy, but I'll still buy it. I'm not mad at none of them, man. They doing what shit is not perfect, B. You gotta understand. Shakur has a contract minimum right now that is in the neighborhood of $3 million plus. So if you're him, I get to fight Devin. Well, I'm going to assume that I'm going to get at least my minimum and then some because this is for undisputed. No, you're going to get less than that. What? What the fuck are y'all talking about? I fucking got $3 million for Macachino. I got $3 million. I'm going to get less for undisputed than I got with Macachino. Suck my dick, B. I can't blame him. Like, nah, you bugging.
Then
like,
people are using Devin Haney going to Australia to fight, but the thing is, he took a pay cut, but it wasn't a substantial pay cut. It was a moderate pay cut. He still got meals.
He still got around what he get. He got around what he get because
he
around
got like 25.
Exactly, like he got around what he get because around what Devin was getting at that time, at least, was close to $3 million, if not 3. The number that was out there, God only knows, but the number that was out there was in that neighborhood. It was 2.8 for the Cambosos fights. So it's like, yeah, if you took a cut, it wasn't a big cut. But you saying that Shakur gonna get 25% of what? Of what?
That's true.
It's like you ass betting. They ass betting with Top Rank's money.
Thank you. Yeah, yo, I got 25% for you. Of what? Of hot dogs? Of popcorn? Soda? You got
Uncle Bob's money.
Some caviar.
Uncle Bob's gonna pay for it.
ESPN's money.
Bob?
Yo, my boy Hyam wants a link, bro.
Yo, what I don't get, Tank doesn't fight nobody. He wants a rematch with the guy he didn't knock out. And
fuck that fight.
Why doesn't he want to fight Loma? He came out as a robbery.
Loma fucks him up even now.
And
even now, Loma fucks Tank up.
Bro, that dude don't want to fight nobody, bro. It's a stat. Let me read these super chats. If AJ goes down now, does he get back up like before? That's a very good question, Country.
That is.
Same question for Wilder too, though. Where's his punch position?
Undefeated said, "I want to thank Al for making Crawford versus Indongo." You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. I'm gonna take a piss. I'll be right back after these commercial messages.
Indeed.
Yo, unbiased. When are you gonna join up with IBFP again, bro?
Yo, I need to link up with because I like his content.
Yeah.
So do I.
I was a little late to the party, but I like his content.
The problem with him is he's too Canelo, though. There is the problem with that.
See, I didn't see. I don't know that. So I gotta kind of find out for myself a little bit.
You haven't seen his content?
I've seen his content, but I've not gotten depth with his content. You know, there's some people that I've trolled because I think they're ridiculous, and I got people that hate me to death. I mean, I didn't even expect to get as much hate as I've gotten in these YouTube streets, but it is what it is.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's crazy. People hate me. People think I'm a. The thing is, okay, some people think when I came into this, I came in again a little bit more of a Spence fan than Bud, but really equally looked at both fighters and said, I like both guys. I don't really have a dog in the fight. I just want to see a great fight. But when the negotiations happen, Spence pissed me off. And at that point, I want to see Bud whoop your ass because you bullshit and hiding behind your promotional company. So I had lost respect for him. But what he did Afterwards, he got all my respect. I have not a single bad word about Spence to speak on. He got all his respect back from me because of how he operated and he stood on his ground. I respect it.
Well, see, you're a reasonable person. You're level-headed and understanding. So I respect you. I respect people like that for real.
I'm not level-headed. I'm level-headed in my thoughts and opinions, but I'm not level-headed dealing with ignorance and dumb shit from people.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean, bro.
Yeah, but my problem, I like boxing and I like to talk boxing, but I can't. I've learned the hard way. You just can't go anywhere and talk boxing with anyone because some people.
It's the internet.
You can't.
The
You
internet is
can't.
full of trolls, man.
And I've been warned about this, and I didn't listen to my bro who warned me, and I learned the hard way. And now I'm at the point where I don't even care about the fuck shit anymore. Just talk boxing. If people get stupid, then I'm just gonna eject myself out of the conversation.
Yeah, it's like with anything, whether it's boxing or anything else in any situation. If I talk to you, if you have more of a subjective mindset instead of an objective, I can't really deal with you.
No, here's what you need to do. It's like when someone Benavidez super fan just starts with their hoorah rah, Canelo sucks shit. Just call him shitty Navarrete, laugh at him, and move on with your day. It's not worth
No, but you have an issue with Benavidez fans like that. They feel
Mirage.
like it's okay.
You're another Mirage. That's what you said.
They're another Spence.
No, but like
Spence catalog for Benavidez now. That's what it's coming to.
It's just
the main thing on
shot, man. They want Benavidez to get a shot, and at the end of the day, Jules, me, and quite a few other people, we rather see Canelo fight Benavidez than this fight. Even though it's a good fight, I'm going to pay for it. We would rather have seen him fight Benavidez. Let's be honest. But I think his team, his dad, stupid ass, capping ass Samson, they fucked up his opportunity to some degree because they were doing too much running at the mouth.
They stopped barking. When
Okay, let me ask the panel this. Let me ask the panel this. Do you guys have a guess or a feel that Benavidez could be the surprise fucking third bout for fucking Canelo?
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
But
I think they're gonna fight next year
at the same time.
No, I'm not gonna lie. It's a
because
bad look. Being honest with you, I don't like Benavidez at all. But it's a bad look if Canelo goes all the way to PBC, has 3 fights, and doesn't fight Benavidez. It is a bad look.
That's only if Benavidez
retire,
gets accepted the offer, though. What if Benavidez doesn't accept it and runs away?
Then we'll know it's Benavidez's fault, though.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So it's not gonna be on Canelo, and they're still gonna hate on Canelo. Oh, you didn't fight Benavidez, so it doesn't count.
At the end of the day, bro,
if you don't fight Benavidez, the vitriol is a little bit warranted. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry, but I'm not.
No, you're speaking facts.
When I heard that Reynoso was saying, "Well, second, we're gonna fight both Charlos. The other for Charlos next." I'm like, "Fuck that! I don't want to fucking see that." If you think this other Charlo,
that ain't gonna happen. I think
but hold up. I'm biased. No, hold up. I'm biased. But like, yeah, but all those other fucking, those tribal fucking, brouhaha saying like, oh, okay, Canelo hasn't fought any slick back fighters and blah, blah, blah. And the Charlo brothers, both of them have been sitting on the fucking shelf for what? Like, both of them for a year and a half, right? Each, if not approaching
one for 2 years, one for over 2 years, and one year, it'll be a year and 6 months.
So I'm biased. Those guys don't have nothing to complain about now. It's like he's stepping up. He's fighting some slick back fighters. Let it happen. Let it fucking happen. These motherfuckers haven't been doing shit for the past 2 years. Right. Let it happen. If we get Benavidez as the third, which I'm hoping for, so
I don't like that.
Mirage can shut the fuck up.
I don't like that. I'm gonna tell you why I don't like that. So you made a mistake a little bit. I understand where you're coming from, but this is why I think you make a mistake, because you're looking at, when we look at the extreme ends of whatever spectrum of where we disagree with, is when we get lost in the sauce sometimes, when we combat those arguments, and you're forgetting about the people who are looking at things objectively in the middle. And I'm the person that's trying to be objective in the middle. So check this out. You can't say that he sit there and I hit a slick black fighter. I don't give a fuck about none of that goofy shit. But Charlo is undisputed. He has proven himself on the stage. So I don't have a beef with this fight. I don't at all. I'm gonna enjoy the fight.
do.
I think Charlo. I don't. I think Charlo is going to make the weight good. I think it's going to be a good fight. It's just that he doesn't make good in-fight adjustments, and then Canelo's going to get him on the back end. But my issue is, you're not going to go in the second fight and then fight his super duper inactive older brother and think I'm going to be cool with that. I'm not cool with that. That's bullshit.
That's whack.
That's why I don't see that happening.
I want Benavidez.
Okay,
Fight between Boo Boo and Benavidez. Otherwise, I think it's bullshit, bro.
Okay, on that note, unbiased. Oh, no, okay. On that note, unbiased. Maybe let's say he does not go for Jamal because Canelo's not. He has a little bit of pride as well, right? He's gonna say like, yeah, you know what, I took on the younger bro, and then so who else would he have before Benavidez if Benavidez
David
is the
Morrell.
cherry on the fucking...
David Morrell, who's one of his mandatories.
David Morrell's too. Nah, David Morrell.
No, he's a
too
mandatory
risky
though. That's why
for Canelo.
He's a mandatory though, so he has to fight him.
He hasn't
No, he
done.
don't. He got the other mandatory. He can fulfill another mandatory before that mandatory.
Yeah, but
to me, is this is either going to be the winner between Boo Boo and Benavidez, or
Morrell,
or Bud, if the opportunity is there. Spence said, "I'm not fighting."
not Bud. No.
Bud fight I can't see happening, man.
Y'all gotta stop this. I don't know why people got an issue with Bud and Canelo fight. How can you have an issue with that?
I don't have an issue.
I don't. I would love to see it. I don't. I'd love to see realistically.
Weight
I
classes
can't
matter
see
for a
it.
reason.
Never made it to
Weight classes matter
150. He's just starting 154, going up to 168, almost 170 pounds.
Immediately,
and fighting
bro.
an undisputed guy, really?
Yeah, bro,
I
that's
don't know.
crazy, bro. That's
fantasy right there.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes fantasy makes for a beautiful reality to watch.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it.
I'm biased, but like if you go to but I'm biased. If you go to Omaha, Nebraska, and you go to fucking Terrence Crawford right now and be like, yeah, you know what, the Canelo fight's okay on the money side, it'll probably be the biggest fucking fight in the next fucking decade. But realistically,
you, but what the fuck,
yeah,
bro?
but realistically,
I care about that fight,
Chris,
but
I can't see it happening, man. Chris, I can't see it happening, man.
I know, but Benavidez been calling you up and talking all that shit. And bro, like think about it like this: every weight class Canelo's been at. No, sometimes it's a fault of him, and sometimes it's no fault. Like 160, he wanted to fight Andre, but they wouldn't. They told him he had to fight fucking Deverenchenko. But at 154, there was food he left there at 54, bro. Because it would be similar to, yo, bro, the Charlo's brothers called you out 54, Andrade called you out at 54. Hey, whatever. You moved up to 60 to fight Golovkin. Big money fight. We understand that. But like now you are fucking 168, bro, and this motherfucker been calling you out all these years and shit. I understand you the cash cow, I understand you the A side, and shit should happen. And I understand Benavidez fucked up a lot of opportunities by not taking out the Zoe money. We understand the PBC shit. We understand all that shit. I understand that. But you've now come into Benavidez's promotion at the fucking PBC. And if you don't fight this dude, it's going to look fucking crazy. Hey, you have a better resume than Benavidez. You have a better base style, all that shit. But you mean to tell me you beat up Jamel, which you fully should do because technically you're the bigger fighter. But hey, whatever that means, because we've seen Jamel, Charlo, and Canelo stand right next to each other. But at the end of the
fucking
day,
huge, man.
Fucking gaping disparity. But let me just finish up this point. Canelo should fight Benavidez, and he should take care of him easily because it's a fight.
I agree. 1,000%.
It's just like, yo, bro. Who cares? This motherfucker it just comes out and throws this weird ass.
He cut off.
Damn.
David Benavidez got him.
They yoked him. Somebody help him.
Yo, Mirage got him.
Mirage yoked him. He just grabbed him from behind, had a chloroform-filled rag to his nose.
Ryan, you from Brooklyn, right? Ryan.
No, I'm not from Brooklyn. I'm from Harlem.
Yo,
I
huh?
live in
Yo,
Brooklyn.
I didn't
He's
even
from
notice
Long
the
Island.
accent, bro. He's from Harlem. Like,
He's
I
from the
really,
Long
it went over
Island,
my
bro.
head.
He's not from Harlem. He's Long Island.
Nah, for real, because, like, I could hear it, but I've been out of New York so long, I couldn't even hear the Harlem.
come on, Dykeman.
Repping
Come on,
Harlem.
What do you think about
So is that
Crawford fighting
Jules or
Canelo?
Theodore?
That's Dykeman.
Yo,
Jules and
One of
Hyam.
the, yeah,
Jules and Hyam.
yeah, you
I gotta
got
ask
that,
you guys
man. It's a
something, Jules.
chipmunk.
All them
Yeah,
shit.
Jules
All
and
them
Hyam.
shit.
I gotta
Dykeman.
Jules and Hyam.
Dykeman Jules.
Didn't
I gotta ask you guys.
Bro, I ain't
I
from no fucking Dykeman, bro. Get out of here, bro. I don't be up there in that park. Fuck out of here, B.
You from Washington Heights, bro, but like I gotta ask you guys something. From like all the boroughs, who the grimiest niggas? Harlem niggas, Brooklyn niggas, Bronx niggas,
Bronx. By and large, the Bronx. I'm telling you,
People
B.
get done dirty in the
Tell them,
Bronx.
Hayum.
The Bronx is a different country, yo.
That's a
Even more so than Harlem.
Yo, God. Well, God.
Used to be neck and neck though.
Nah, Harlem, nah, Brooklyn, cause cause the fly bougie bitches is from Brooklyn. The fly bougie bitches is from Brooklyn.
No, they're from
Brooklyn used to be.
They're from Queens. The fly.
Nah, I'ma tell you. The dirty motherfuckers with scuffed Air Forces is from Staten Island and Queens. Like if a motherfucker look like bummy and dusty, he from Queens. Shaolin, like dusty ass motherfuckers, flight jacket. Well, I ain't gonna front. We wore flight jackets in Harlem too, but still with the orange inside. But dusty motherfuckers is Queens and Brooklyn. Afghanistan, that's the Bronx, B. The Bronx is Afghanistan, bro. Like,
Harlem. I thought Harlem
that shit. That shit is a different. Nah, bro. The Bronx is a different planet, bro. Like that's like if you want to fight all day, if you want to get shot at and shit like that, go move to the Bronx, bro. Just move to the Bronx, bro.
Yo, look at
the only thing that gotta happen, yo, you gonna move into your apartment. You gonna move into your apartment. It's gonna be mad people on the stoop. If you don't dap them up, man, you just all right, bro. Just all right. You in the shit, bro. The Bronx is a different planet, bro. Just a different planet.
So what about Washington Heights, man? Little DR.
Yo, Washington Heights, you will get the best haircut. You will get the best barber that ever barbered in the history of barbering.
I gotta Washington Heights barber.
Guys. They also got some of them got machetes, bro. So
that's not saying but that's not. Look, it ain't saying. Look, the Heights is about they BI. All you gonna see is Dominican ass cheeks, good weed, and dudes that got good braids. That's what you gonna see in the Heights.
You got a machete behind you though.
What about Dykeman Jules?
Bro, what you gonna do in Dykeman except go to that big ass park, Van Cortlandt Park? What is in Dykeman, bro? 4-bedroom apartments is in Dykeman.
I wish you had saw what I said on Twitter because I was fucking with you, calling you Dykeman Jules.
I ain't for no motherfucking Dykeman, bro.
Sorry,
you know
man.
If anything, I would say that a place that is grimier, in my opinion, than Washington Heights is Lower East Side, all the way downtown.
Yes.
It's grimy over there.
Them niggas is foul, bro.
It's grimy for street niggas and stuff.
You sleeping on pink houses though in Brooklyn, bro.
I'm saying, but Brooklyn is gentrified, bro. You got white people wearing chancletas walking their dog in Brooklyn right now. Gentrified, bro. I didn't even listen when they was gentrifying. Listen, when they was gentrifying my block, my old block, you know, I was happy. Like, we got trees and shit. They fixed the building. They fixed the. I loved it. Like, oh yes.
Not East New York, Julius. Not East New York.
Let me tell you something, bro. In the 80s and 90s, it was the two boroughs that were the most grimiest and the most dangerous. It was the Bronx and it was Brooklyn. Yeah. I'm happy Brooklyn got fucking gentrified, and I'm happy that the Bronx is still there because it still gives you evidence of you fuck around in the Bronx, that's your Look at Hassan
me, bro. It's Matt Adam Kovnowski's. It's Matt Adam Kovnowski's on Nassau Ave in Brooklyn in Greenpoint. All that Polish people. Adam Kovnowski's running around and shit.
About the Bronx
and Crown Heights got the Jews. Crown Heights got the Jews there.
in the Bronx. They're not gentrifying the Bronx. The Bronx is that bad.
The Bronx, the Bronx is still in. Yo, listen, the Bronx is that kid in high school that got left back 3 times and been in the 9th grade 3 times, bro. That's the Bronx, bro.
Super senior.
And like
Super senior with the 5 o'clock shadow wearing the book bag.
And yo, brother got locked up, and now he got the
bro.
ratchet.
He's the meathead. He's the
They
meathead.
still burning trash throughout all the Bronx.
No, like the Bronx is the asshole of New York, and I don't mean like the asshole, the personality, literally the asshole of New York. Like, nah, we ain't going over there, yo. Ain't over there. I need to see.
I'll give y'all a story. This is the first time I'm in the Bronx with my mans, right? Like, and he went to fucking school upstate. He went to like Buffalo State College, and he got some friends in the Bronx, right? And we was chilling. So like, yo, I'm gonna meet my mans. I'm gonna go uptown to the Bronx, right? Cool. This is one of the rare times shit was cool, and it was during the night because usually late night in the Bronx, niggas be on some retarded shit, right? I come out, I hop out, I think it's a 2 train or some shit. I hop out, bro. The first thing I see is a box of porn. And it's like the fucking, VHS tapes. I was like, God, I'm in the hood for real. Like to see rats and roaches and shit like that. But yo, the Bronx, like the exemplification of the Bronx is Hassan Campbell. For real. That nigga is just grimy, out of his fucking mind.
Listen, bro. I remember the first time I arrived in the Bronx, my very first trip in the Bronx. Because I used to live in the Bronx for a little while. Used to go back and forth. I'm gonna tell you what, bro. This is why the Bronx has a special place in my heart. I got off the D train. I think it was on 175th at Selwyn. I get off the train. I look down. I see a card, right? It's a card. It's titties on the card. It says women who need it.
I seen it with my own eyes. Yo, it's the wildest shit you see. This is not
bitches.
A real place,
Listen, man. When you in the Bronx, if a joint like you, bro, it's like some jail shit. Like, yo, what's good? Like, bitch sound like Teofimo Father and shit.
He's not lying, my nigga.
Like, what's good, bro? You want to go on a date, bro?
You want to go on a date?
Yo, look, I moved in. Look, I moved. This was years ago. I was like 15. I moved to 175th and South when I moved in the building. The upstairs bitch is mad aggressive. We got a fight. I see a pussy. I'm like, yo, like you need to be a little bit more subtle. Be like, yo, I got stories for days about the bros, bro. Like, them bitches is aggressive. Like,
yo, I gotta ask you a question. Jules, I gotta ask you a question. What do you think about the Hassan Campbell shit? What do you think about it?
I don't know who Hassan Campbell is, bro. I live in the country.
Yo, you didn't hear about the Africa Bambaataa scandal, the sexual scandal, and that light skinned motherfucker come out and exposed him. But basically, he's been in the industry for a little bit on the security side, and he's most attached with the Zulu Nation. And the Zulu Nation is in the Bronx, yada yada yada. Mm-hmm. Yo, this guy's coming out exposing, saying like, yo, Fat Joe is out here doing wild shit with children. Fucking African Bambaataa been doing wild shit with children. But like, yo, I know you've been in Brooklyn, you've been in the Bronx and Harlem. Like, yo, when you were in the Bronx, did you ever hear about certain parts of Bronx not to go down because homeboy was wilding?
South Bronx.
Hunts Point.
Yeah,
Hunts Point is really bad.
No, Hunts Point. It's not that. Hunts Point was urban blight, but that's the parts that I heard when I was a child. They're like, nah, you don't be going over there. It's the South Bronx. South Bronx is that's where Bronx River is, right? South Bronx, Soundview. Yeah. So that's where he's from. So he was saying like, yo, bro, niggas was just wilding out there type shit. So, yo, he said like, yo, this guy was out here wilding on children and everything. And I'm saying, what he want to do? Get shot? Because I'm wary of people. I'm wary of people that have to use the name of another person to get a platform. And I don't care what you saying happened. Not you, the dude, right? Whatever you saying happened. Whatever's whatever. That's like when Irv Gotti got up there talking about he was with Ashanti. My guy, It has been a long time. Why are you still talking about this bitch? Right?
Because that's the finest bitch he ever had in his fucking life. And
Exactly. So when I see a dude like, oh, you trying to air everybody out and you trying to put all this shit out there, I guess you want to get shot. I guess.
Bro, that video you put on Twitter has people pissed off at you right now, bro.
I don't care, man.
They're going crazy right now on Twitter.
What video? What video?
I don't know. You're talking about the Spence
Jules,
Apparently, you're trying to put.
Facts. Do you get a lot of haters every day?
Yeah, that shit is nothing new. Watch my channel, like and subscribe.
May as well, given how often they watch you.
Apparently, you're trying to push a narrative.
Leave, subscribe, leave a comment.
Julius, I got a question. Julius, I got a question. If Bud actually were to fight Canelo, who would you think would win that fight?
Realistically, this is the. Realistically, look, you can't treat Bud like he's the average welterweight that's moving up in weight. You can't think of that fight in that context because it's not. Terrence will move up and be faster than Canelo.
To 168?
He will be faster than Canelo. I didn't say stronger. He will be faster. He's lighter on his feet. These are weaknesses for Canelo. These are weaknesses for Canelo that have always been weaknesses for Canelo.
He has better feet. I'll agree.
So the question is, does his stylistic advantage overcome Canelo's physical advantage?
But all that added weight, does that not slow you down at least a little bit?
A little, but
not Terrence.
It's like, no, you're not wrong. A little, but this is not the average fighter.
Yeah,
bro, he says his
together.
walk around weight is at like 155, 160.
Can I ask you? You don't think Terrence's punches? You don't think Terrence's punches have snap on them at that weight? Because I do.
I don't.
I do.
I think he'll lose it. I think he'll lose it at 168.
At 168, I think he'll lose it. At 168,
let me tell you why you're not looking at this right. If you Terrence and Canelo actually says yes, Spence was not my moment. This is my moment. You can't say shit.
That's
if
true.
I beat him,
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. Of course.
I'm not saying you're not gonna watch it, bro. We all gonna watch it. I'm telling you, there's something different that happens when you get if you a winner and you about winning and you get that opportunity, it's gonna change it. Like, nah, we doing this.
You're gonna be rich for the rest. Yo, think about it like this: if he pulls this off, he's gonna be the first man in the 4-belt era to be 3-weight under fucking disputed. Are you fucking kidding me?
Before you doubt the resolve of Terrence Crawford. Before you doubt the resolve of Terrence, and I'm a Canelo fan. I'm not a hater, so nobody should think that. Oh yeah, you just trying to hate on, bro. I'm a big Canelo fan, so it ain't that.
Fan. Yep.
It's that. Sugar Ray Leonard came off for 3 years of inactivity and fought Hagler. Now, whether you think he won or lost is besides the point. It was competitive. And that was off for 3 years of inactivity. So if Terrence, who is unbeaten in his prime, like we could argue, he's still kind of in his prime.
But Terrence Crawford didn't come off a John Mugabe fight either, too. That makes it even better for Terrence.
I was just watching that fight this morning.
They're saying that Canelo is slipping. All I'm telling you is that stylistically, like, I'm a big Canelo fan, but if they were the same weight, I would pick Terrence to win.
Oh yeah.
The advantage that I see Canelo has, the only real advantage based on boxing that I see he has.
At 154, 147.
He's sturdier. That's what I see. Like, you could hit Terrence in ways that he is not used to getting hit. That's what I see you got. But boxing, his style beats your style 10 times out of 10 because you waiting for him. Canelo's a counterpuncher, so you waiting for opportunities that are not gonna be there. They're not the opportunities you could get off. They're not gonna be there.
Well, let me tell you this though. Terrence Crawford sparred Steven Nelson, which is not on the same level as Canelo Alvarez. I understand that, Jules. But in terms of the physicality, I honestly think I think he would actually, he'll do well. He'll do well. But, if Canelo takes him to the deep rounds and you start seeing him with the shots.
Listen, let me just say this shit because y'all not listening. There is a legitimate chance that Terrence wins the fight today.
It's a
Correct.
legitimate chance. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Let me ask you a question, Jules.
All right, let me say
Chris,
it
I would
again.
say
There is a good
Chris, I would say-
chance that Terrence Crawford wins the fight today.
You think Terrence will get robbed though? I think Terrence will get
No,
robbed.
Chris,
If
I
he
would
really
say
beats
no,
him.
Chris. I would say
Nah, let's
Terrence
not
would
talk
win
about
it on
robberies right
points. It'll go all the way to
Now
the
let's
end.
talk about that shit because it's a real possibility. You think Canelo's gonna fucking want
that's a
that on
whole.
his record? A blown up fucking lightweight beating him up? What nigga? They go
Yeah.
if it come
Nah,
push to
you
shove,
saying that? You saying? See, that's the problem. You gotta stop thinking about Terrence as a welterweight. Terrence is Achilles, you motherfucker. I've been saying that. That's
But I
motherfucking
can't.
Achilles you looking at. That is a
Yeah.
different gravy.
You,
That
Jules,
ain't fucking
I
Spence.
saw, yeah,
Oh, it's not
I
Spence.
saw that
But
resemblance with Brad Pitt.
Spence is
Yeah,
Hector.
That dude
Plus,
is
a lot of
Achilles.
you guys are
I'm
talking about
telling you
that
that
weight
the shit
difference.
this dude do is unconventional shit, and a lot of it gets missed. And I'm telling you that if they fought, I would be hard pressed to give you a real answer. But the more I think about it, I'm like, style wise, Terrence has all the
You
right
have to be
shit
a
to beat
special
him.
fighter to beat Terrence Crawford.
Terrence
but
has
what
all
weight
the
would it
right
be at?
shit to beat Canelo.
What weight would it be at? What weight would it be at?
Terrence is saying he's willing to go to 68, man.
That's too risky,
Yeah,
man.
but on the night he gonna
Bridge
walk
too
in the
far.
ring.
Well, hang on about that.
Nothing
Manny
ventured, nothing
Pacquiao
gained.
was never-
Fortune favors the bold, you motherfuckers.
Manny Pacquiao will never weigh
Canelo versus
147 in
Crawford.
his life.
Too bold is
Like,
too crazy sometimes.
Nobody
hang on,
never did nothing hard by saying I can't do it. He thinks he
Manny
could do it.
Jules, Manny Pacquiao never weighed 147 a day in his life, yet he still was dominating the welterweight division at a time. So I
Now
don't think
is-
it's unrealistic for Crawford to go up, not to 168 exactly, but 161,
The
162.
shit is that's
and
what I'm
still do his
saying.
thing.
That if you Crawford, bro, I'm not trying to match your weight no matter what I weigh. You gonna have an advantage over me. What I need is the marriage, the happy medium between size, strength, and speed. That may be 162 and girth with the vein. That may be.
Oh my gosh,
What the
bro!
fuck?
Gay, bro.
Always.
Yo,
This
Jules,
nigga's gay,
Jules
bro.
is not.
Jules,
Jules
you
is
suck.
never gonna lose. Jules is never gonna lose to New York in about fuck with Jules.
Is this ring IQ or
I
ring
don't like what
size
Ivo did to
IQ?
me, bro.
Nah, but for
I
real,
don't like what Ivo just kicked me out the fucking thing after you said girth. He kicked me out.
Listen.
Fucking
No, but
asshole.
all jokes aside,
Oh, listen to all the
everybody
audience
thinking
listening on the.
hey, hold up. When Roy went up to heavyweight, Roy wasn't going up there trying to match what Ruiz weighed. No, I just need to be heavy enough that I could still be me, but not as
That's
heavy
right.
as you.
He was 195 or something when he fought him.
So I'm saying if you got Terrence and you say how you feel, I ain't got to go up there 68 like Canelo. Maybe I go up there 162 or 164. I just need to be durable enough to take what punches get in, but still have snap on my shots and quickness to counter him. He don't got away with Canelo way.
Just
And a
like
little bit
Pernell
more
Whitaker.
power for Terrence.
Just like how Pernell Whitaker at 154 when he beat Julio Cesar Vasquez or some shit like that. He just has to be snappy with his shots, make him fucking miss, just go to full 12 rounds. And if you miraculously hurt Canelo, put him on his ass and just keep moving, keep boxing.
Canelo Achilles heel is not the strength or the size of the other opponent. Those are things that cater to his strength. His Achilles heel is feet. Crawford has feet. He's not gonna be there. There's a chance that he'll hit you with some shit, moop moop, and then he get out of there, just like Bivol did. A lot of people don't realize Bivol beat him with the in and out, moop moop moop, and I'm out of here. Moop moop moop, and I'm out of here. And Canelo,
defense,
trying for them hooks.
And defense, yeah.
That's the defense that I'm in and out, moop moop moop, and I'm out of here. By the time you go to throw your shit, I'm not even nowhere near you. Crawford can do that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even matter if you land shit or not. Bivol barely landed a thing, but he was winning those rounds on activity because Canelo wasn't hitting
Exactly. So I'm just saying that the fight is not as crazy as I wouldn't want to see them fight realistically because I'm a big fan of both. But I'm just telling you the proposition is not as crazy as it sounds because you're talking about the number one pound for pound fighter, a genuine article that. Your size don't mean shit. They said Errol was too big for me, and look at what I did to him.
Yo, Jules, let me ask.
Yeah, Jules. In regards to like that's why Canelo. I think really boxing greats can recognize boxing greats, and that's why I don't think Canelo would take. That's what he said. Like, oh no, they'll shit
But
on me
Canelo made a
for taking
legitimate point
Terrence
also.
going
Look,
down.
he's literally about to
Yeah,
fight a guy that's bigger than Terrence, and they don't want to. The other thing about Canelo get too much shit, bro. His whole career is fighting people that are bigger than him. His whole career. That is not a big person, bro. Charlo looked more like a goddamn super middleweight than he do.
Bro, did y'all see that? Fucking bro, actually, what the fuck is that? How the fuck you make 54 all those years, bro?
I tell you, bro.
This shit, like, bro, that's he's not coming back down to 54.
They talk about what I think gets lost is like Canelo overcomes height and reach advantages all the time. All the time. A lot of these guys are either taller, poised, or longer, more reach than Canelo, but he still do the job. So what's really beating these guys is the skill. Now with Terrence, the reason I say that's a legitimate fight. He got the one thing that really bothers you, that has always really bothered you. Good feet. It's always
and that's
Canelo.
why Canelo recognizes that he's going to keep a clear distance from Terrence. I don't think
because that sound like you accusing him. That sound like you accusing him of ducking.
No, he's not going to.
He didn't say nothing.
But
he didn't say nothing that wasn't true. If I fight him, what credit y'all gonna give me? Y'all don't even give me credit for undisputed. Y'all don't even give me credit for that.
Because they're always talking about
Benavidez.
Why are you not fighting these guys?
Yeah, no, they will shit on him. They will shit on him.
I'm gonna accuse him of what he said was 100% fact. I'll fight him. What fucking credit I'm gonna get? I done unified. Y'all watch these clowns running around here, don't unify nothing. I come in, I do it in 11 months. Y'all don't give me no credit. I went up to 175 2 times. I'm little as shit. I went up to 175 2 times. Y'all don't give me no credit for that. But y'all high as shit on David. Fucking fighting David Lemieux.
I did something that Andre Ward didn't do, and they call Andre Ward one of the best super middleweights of all time.
He never crazy to me. Like, no, that dude get too much shit.
I unified 2 weight classes. I was unified champion at 160. And the only reason why I couldn't be double undisputed like Terrence is because they fucked me over with the Devrenchenko fucking mandatory.
Oh, shit. Y'all accuse me of ducking these dudes that get dropped by Desmond Nicholson, get lumped up by Juan Montiel, needed 2 fights for Tony Harrison. These is the people that I'm ducking. You bugging. Yeah, never give me credit for fighting a welterweight. Ever.
At all.
You don't give him credit for the shit. And I'm like, yo, like to me, Jacobs is a better win than Charlo. Well, except than Jermell, but than Jamal, Jacobs is more proven than Jamal, bro.
Yeah.
He is.
Yo, what's
always
was.
At that weight, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta ask you guys a question. How bad does Logan Paul have to beat Dylan Dennis for him to fucking?
I don't follow that fruity ass shit, bro.
Oh God, man, no.
No one cares.
Chris.
Real question. Real question. Has anyone seen? I posted this in the private chat, but did anyone see that Showtime poster for the Ricky Hatton? They could not have picked a less flattering picture of a guy who lost 3 fights in his life.
Oh Christ!
He got
it's just him on the floor, bloody mouth, looking up at the screen, like holy shit, they did Ricky dirty.
Yo, he got.
Let me read the super chat. Bobby Light says, "Jules, when the last time? It's been a long time, bro, and it's not looking like I'm gonna go over there because." They done turn that bitch into a sanctuary city. You gotta have a hammer. Like, it's the hookers is back on the streets. When I was a kid, they cleaned up all the hookers. The hookers is back out now. Hookers all up and I seen the pictures. I see the news shit. Yo, it's hookers all up and down. It's druggies all up and down. Everybody bugging out. I'm Contra. I'm about to just stay in the Contra with these bugs that look different. I ain't going back up there. You bugging.
Did you deadass pull out a Muhammad Ali fucking impersonation?
Man,
just
Contra,
like
I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm gonna be out here with these grasshoppers and shit, bro. Like, fuck that. These cicadas.
Jesus out here.
Fucking bugging. Like, I'm good. How do you even tell Slap Mall versus Canelo? Caleb Plant pimp slapped him. His area code off him. Frankenvides versus Boo Boo fumbles. Yeah, like all that shit. Like these guys get mad love for doing basic shit. So if I'm Canelo, like, yeah, y'all talking about Crawford now. I ain't even dealt with him yet. And y'all talking to me about I ain't even dealt with him yet. Y'all never happy with nothing. Like, nah. And then after that, you want me to fight Al Heyman in the Terror Dome, right? He got like a mace or some shit. He's swinging a sword. and all I got is a shield and a water gun. Like, nah, be like, y'all trying to kill me out here, B.
Yeah. Good point.
Yep.
Fuck, you know what the issue is, Jules and panel, is that like no matter how high some boxer climbs, and they just want to see like Terrence is at his ultra highest, right?
Yeah.
There's still people that just want to fucking rip them down because I don't know, there's something like sadistic. It's sadistic that they want to see a man fail. They want to see a man fail. Like
the expression is crabs in a bucket.
Same with Canelo, man. Bro. Canelo, Crawford, Inouye, Usyk, they're all.
Thank you. Thank you. All the guys that work hard, and I said that already. All the real ones, Crawford, Canelo, Inouye, Usyk. They hate them guys, bro. All of them.
Canelo already lost.
If you bring up Usyk, if I tell these dudes, yo, this dude literally won every fucking belt he ever won as a pro. As the away fighter, do you know how hard that is, bro?
Yeah. He's stuck in Wilder. That's what I heard one idiot say. Give me a fucking.
These are the fighters that should be getting a million pay-per-view buys. These are the fighters that we should be.
And then Jermell, not for nothing, it's Jermell he get it too. They spent all these years sucking more dick for doing what? Mel the one out here getting it on. Mel the one that became undisputed. But who y'all sucking dick more? What did he do, bro? What?
Bro, I was.
They don't like Mel because Mel be a dickhead, bro. What?
Bro, Mel, he hasn't fought in years. I was younger. I'm fucking old. I'm 26, and that motherfucker hasn't fought in years. Between all those,
that dude ain't fought in 2 going on 3 years, and they still think he's special. The only guys they like, and I'm being real, I ain't even playing. They like losers because they are losers.
That's
being the B side. You the B side of life.
Thank you.
You not used to the hard work shit.
That's why niggas like Tank, bro. They all like Tank.
I was just
they
gonna
relate to him. They've been to jail. Well, he's been to jail. I'm gonna like this guy.
They on some loser. Like, look, you don't see these motherfuckers love some AB. They love some AB. He out here drunk. You want these drugs? Motherfuckers love that dumb shit. They love that dumb shit.
The face of boxing,
I'm dead ass. You have to add that as a sign effects, bro.
Yeah, for real. Like a lot of the motherfuckers, like you tell a motherfucker, you tell yo, Errol is an alcoholic. They love that shit. Look, legitimately, I said when the car crash happened, right after it was determined that he was gonna be okay, right? This was after that because I'm not insensitive. I said, yo, it's a high probability that man was drunk, right?
Yeah.
And people started attacking me over that. On God, they started attacking me over that. And then it came out he was drunk. Oh, so what? He just so him getting behind the wheel drunk. That's cool, right?
That's cool.
Yo, they don't want to act.
Is that an icon? Was that a role model? They literally
want to act like the guy's not an alcoholic. I was in the space like a few weeks ago. I was like, they were talking about the alcoholic. What's his name? Tio Senior, and I asked him like, yo, like, who do you guys think could drink more? Tio Senior or Earl Spence, and they got mad and then they kicked me out. I just asked them a straight question, bro.
Yo, bro, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna stop going on these spaces because these motherfuckers is emotional.
They're crazy.
They are.
Niggas, bro. Yo, listen, I'm not a big fan. Let me tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what. Look, Tommy Sotomayor. You know who the fuck that is, Chris?
That's my nigga, bro.
A lot of shit. I don't agree with a lot of shit he does or says, but one thing he said is true. These emotional motherfuckers project their mama. Cause you don't act like you being yo, calm down, motherfucker. Did I lie? Did something I say wasn't true? Y'all motherfuckers take after your mama. You just as emotional, just as belligerent. You literally. That's why you be acting like that. You're not in control of yourself. Motherfuckers say some shit that's true, and you'll get mad that he said it. That's literally a proverb in the Bible. Literally. You tell a fool the truth, and he'll get mad at you for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fucking fact. The truth hurts. That's why I say this. Let them motherfuckers die, because at the end of the day, we don't need these people on our earth. And I sound fucked up, and I sound very cynical in saying this, but why these?
No, Chris, that's evil, man. I want them around for entertainment. I know. I want them around for entertainment. No.
I suggested that a known drinker got behind the wheel drunk, motherfuckers really got mad off of that. And when I suggested that, you know what, he doesn't live right in between fights. If the car accident didn't affect his body, the alcoholism did, motherfuckers got mad off of that. I'm like, all right, bro, just wait till they fighting. For 5 years, wait till they fight. So that when they do fight, what you do? You still don't admit the fault of your ways. You still won't admit it that you were wrong.
Or worse, Jules. Or worse, they'll take your point and pretend it was theirs all along.
Claiming that Bud's gloves were doctored and he was hanging out with Tyson Fury and shit.
I tell you that's why I don't, unless I'm gonna get money for it or viewership metrics, money in the form of ad revenue or super chats. I don't want to argue it because it's like, yo, you a fucking moron, bro. You are stupid. There's no reason for one as intelligent as I in this fucking universe to be talking to you, bro. I don't get nothing out of talking to you. So stop talking to me.
That fight week with Fulton Inoue, Spence Crawford, eliminated the need to debate these people seriously unless you're getting paid for it.
You literally took the work because that's how I felt after that. I'm like, see, and there have been all these arguments and all this giant waste of time for you to be wrong about every fucking thing you think.
There was
and
nothing
you had
to
see it
complain
in
about.
HD. You saw it in HD in vivid fucking color.
And now what I said the other day, Chris, they ain't gonna be happy till Bud turn Errol and do a fucking pink smoke before they like. They ain't gonna be happy,
bro.
No.
It's
not even
I
about
want that to happen. I want that to happen because
Chris. Man. Even though
people to fucking learn.
Listen. Even though I said that
these motherfuckers should shut the fuck up.
Chris, even though I said that Errol Spence will get eviscerated by Terrence in the rematch in less than five rounds, these guys will still come back and they'll come back with fantasy. They'll make up their own fiction. You understand? It doesn't matter what they see like on the television.
Can I tell you why, Rick Star? I'll tell you why that is. Because they run off emotion.
Yep.
A lot of guys like that. That shit that Tommy said. If it seemed Tommy said that shit, that's where I first heard that shit. And that was years ago, bro. When he used to make them videos about these crazy ass bras. I'm like, yo, this dude is out of pocket. But one thing he said that always stuck to me was like, yo, that's because these broads or whatever, they raise them like that. They come out like that because they trying to emulate their mom. They can't emulate their dad because you don't know the motherfucker. And I took offense to that because I'm like, no, listen. I took offense to that. Wait, I took offense to that because I'm an 80s baby. I don't know my daddy neither, you motherfucker. What you trying to say?
But at the end of the day, you were raised,
fuck up.
You were raised by
my grandfather. And the comb and the poise that I have always had. Oh, that's from my grand. Like, yeah, like, why you out here bugging off of shit? Let shit play out. What's the matter with you? Not these motherfuckers. They feel why you think whenever I get into a debate with a lot of these motherfuckers, all they can tell me is about they feel. Bro, I don't care about your feelings. The world don't care about your feelings. Is that how you live? I feel.
You're a Capricorn though too, blood. And I'm not trying to even be on some fucking zodiac shit. Yeah, motherfuckers tend to be the more cerebral and analytical when dealing with shit. So ultimately, that is what it is. And
he's an alien. He's an alien. He's not even that.
You had a little bit.
Jules, are you trying to say that broken households are responsible for all these men acting with emotions?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would say some of that.
Broken households and also toxicity shit.
Shit is that look, you need if you don't have a mentor, if we talking about raising children, right? If it's no guy to show you a guy around, it could be a stepdad or uncle or a grandfather or a role model, someone that you idolize that you would like to emulate when you get older. When you don't have that and you just running off of pheromones and emotion and shit, yeah, you gonna raise unstable people because you can't act on everything. You can't act on feelings all the time. Sometimes you wrong. Sometimes what you feel is wrong. You gonna act off of feelings?
You
gotta chill.
You need a father.
Because we have a lot of people in our society that says, nah, fuck that, right or wrong, I'm doing that. And until they get their brains blown out or they get fucked up real bad or they're in a predicament where they're fucking doing buku numbers in the fucking mountains, then when they get the fucking picture, bro. So at the end of the day, I feel for these people who come from single parent households, broken homes per se, but there's examples like you. Let's keep it a buck. You didn't have a father, but those kids look at you every day, say, yo, that's a man. Don't cry in the don't
That's
do
the
that
other
patriarch
shit. Like
bro.
this whole
It is
shit
what
that
it is.
yo, the other shit is this generation is obsessed with their own issues. So fucking what? Go
You know,
die.
you know
Whatever.
why?
Go
Because
somewhere.
the media, bro, they always trying to say. So tell us about your comment, or what do you think? What do you think about
Yeah,
this? Like, we don't give
these
a fuck what you
motherfuckers
think. I don't
a
give a
lot of
fuck what you think.
Cause somebody like yo, this is the race, the mediocrity, and the reason I say that is everybody is more obsessed with their own problems than their own victories. All they can talk. Shut up.
Listen, it's
And you know why
if
they're doing
one
that,
guy
too. You know why
starts
they're
a
doing
fucking if one guy starts a banter in regards to not being fact based and starts saying random shit, and he gets another follower, that's all he needs. Because
Yo,
then
listen.
that creates this little bit of posse, and when they get like a little grouping together, it does not matter how much fucking bullshit or fiction they make up in their minds, they'll all believe that shit.
Listen,
They'll
you got
cook that
whole
soup, man.
podcasts. You got whole podcasts, right? I love these red pill motherfuckers, right? This is how I be knowing, like, yo, motherfuckers really be losers. Like, look, man, y'all arguing about the equality and paying for the date and all this. Well, why should the man have to pay if you're for equal? And I'm like, bro, you want some pussy or not? Pay for the fucking meal, make an impression, get some pussy, then cheat on the bitch. What is the problem? You think like a loser. You think like a loser. You sit here saying all this. Well, then, because with the equal rights and in the men. Bro, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Get some ass, cheat on the bitch, and move on. The fuck? There's this obsession in society. Oh, my problems are out of here, bro.
I love
What's the matter
that.
with
Yo,
y'all?
say that again. I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
Yeah,
That was
because I'm
great.
gonna pull the bad bitch, and then I'm gonna expect her to pay. Bitch, I don't even want you to pay for me. I don't want to live in a world where I need you to pay for me. Are you crazy?
That's a fact, bro. That bothers me.
What kind of
That's
loser shit is it? Yeah, let me sit here and debate with this bitch if we gonna go Dutch. If I can't pay for the whole meal, I'm not going out
at all.
You bugging.
Fuck all.
This generation of weirdos and whiny at like, bro, how you gonna pull a joint and get some culo?
And you want to go high?
So what you want? Are you gonna pull change out of your pocket when the bill? Like, what you count quarters and shit? You got like roll. Like, what world is this? I'm like, yo, this generation is really weird to me. And what the common denominator seems to be is it that you want people to feel sorry for you? So you would want a bitch to give you some ass
They
because
do. You know why they're
fuck?
doing that? You know why they're doing that? It's because they want to get a step ahead, play the victim, get you a step ahead.
Yeah, but how bad? See, like I watch some of these shits because sometimes they be funny. Like I like watching people get their ideals destroyed. So I'll watch.
Let me tell you something. Men can't play the victim, bro, because ultimately we were put on this earth to be protectors and providers, whether we like it or not, whether the shit be fair or not. The world is not going to give us the grace nor latitude to play victim.
Shit is,
and
look, you
people
got
just simply
joints.
don't
You'll
need
have
it.
whole panels of guys. They got these joints, and they bread and butter is showing their titties and showing their ass, right? Now, if you had a little bit of common sense, you'll know that the panelists that are at odds with each other's ideals wouldn't date each other anyway. So you are literally wasting your time trying to impose your ideals on them and them on you. You wouldn't date each other. So use the bitch. What's she good for? What's she good for? Some handsome ass, and move on. Why you would say, well, you need to be nicer to men, you know? When you
Yo,
no,
you're lying. Yo,
fuck
bro, Jules, you're lying. You're lying to yourself. These motherfuckers, if they had the chance, would date the fuck out of these women and they would put them out there and say, that's my girl. Some of these bitches do porn. Some of these bitches do OnlyFans. They wouldn't give a fuck. If that bitch gave them the time of day, they would be out there. So that's why I don't pay mind to these fucking
breeding more
red pill
losers.
niggas.
When like it was like, yo, man, listen, I had some great friends, and I learned that from them, learned it from the people around. You putting pussy on the pedestal, bro. It's just pussy. After you done it, ain't even gonna matter. Get the fuck. Postcoital remorse, which is the medical term, is a real thing. All the effort or whatever that you put into getting that culo, yeah, it's amazing while you're in there.
Why do you think we used to smoke a cigarette afterwards?
When that postcoital remorse hit in, that shit is, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit like that. And the reason that translates into the conversation that we were already having is a lot of people have the mentality of losers. And I don't want to argue with you. All you're going to do is make excuses. Even when you're dead wrong, you'll be dead wrong about anything and everything you said. And all you will do is make excuses.
You know what bothers me, though? What bothers me is that they have a lot of subscribers. So what does that tell you about the YouTube universe? And the
that tells me what I already knew when I arrived on your planet. That tells me what I already knew.
I know, right?
Only 75% of your species is built to follow. The other 25% are critical thinkers, and only 10% of the 25 are built to lead.
Leaders.
Most people are fucking morons.
Most. Yo, listen.
America. Most of America.
Exactly.
Question.
Most people are fucking morons, bro.
Jules, 1 second. Since I got, I think, the dream panel that I always wanted to ask this question. Now that we're probably halfway through the calendar year, what would the best KO, full KO, not stoppage, be this year of 2026? 3.
What, so far? Oh, you mean to come or so far?
So far, thus far.
That's a good
full
one.
KO, not TKO stoppage.
There was one earlier this year, man.
Joshua versus Hellenius.
That was good, but wasn't there one earlier this year, like towards February and March?
I would say Nakatani,
Andrew Maloney getting
Maloney.
Yeah,
yo, Junto KO was serious, bro. Junto KO, yo, I felt that shit.
Are you sure you want to? That was. Are you sure you want to keep fighting for the rest of your life, Andrew Maloney?
That was perfect because they both said, Junto brought that arm over. Man, his face got all of that. That's a good.
You see his leg? Do you see his leg when he dropped?
Bruh. But Joshua's KO was if we just look at the knockout, the violence of the knockout and how hard this dude tried. That was pretty fucking good, man. That was pretty.
At least it was a proper knockout, not like that Wilder suspect shit.
Yeah, no, y'all think it's sus? Like, what did y'all think? Like, did y'all?
I see why people say that it was sus. It's because Wilder didn't have enough room to really get the arm out, so it looks weird that you knocked him out. Because if you go back and you watch it, he didn't even get the whole arm out. He just kind of put it there and
you know why? No, I think it's because Hellenius was coming in, and that's why.
That's what I was thinking. That he's coming forward and the arm is coming out, so that make the knockout harder.
Hellenius' face walked right into it. That was not bumpy.
But at the same time, if you tell me that it could have been rigged, I don't rule that out. People have been rigging fights in boxing for a long time. It could happen.
I'm saying it's rigged, man, because my man fucking Wilder went back to his hotel room, give him a big sloppy kiss, a big flaming hug, you know, afterwards being like, yeah, man, my guy, thank you for coming out, all that shit.
Wilder's post-interview, he was crying. He was like, I can't believe I did this shit or something. He was crying for something.
Bro, that was
I saw that, and that's so fake because that's the dude. For 4 years, he talking about how he want to kill a man. So now you're like, I don't know what we go through. You don't know. Bro, you was literally not but last year saying you want to kill a guy.
Kill someone.
Now there's an emotional guy for you right there in boxing. In fact,
his friends were like, "Calm down, man. We all there."
And the dude rubbing his shoulders like,
yeah.
That's like when somebody died. That's like when somebody. You ever been to a funeral and somebody acting like they want to win a fucking Oscar? Oh, like, bitch, calm down.
Never trust a man who twerks.
Yeah, like literally for 4 years straight. For 4 years straight, you told anybody who would listen that you want to kill a man in the ring. Literally, it's on video more than once.
And that was during the Fury fights, the Fury saga, I think.
Even before that, I think that he only said that because he thinks he sounds cool. When it's like, nah, B, that's not cool, bro. What are you talking about?
Or the any day.
Yeah, now he's not going to be fighting for a year because the Andy Ruiz fight's been canceled. So what the hell?
Dog, no, it's worse than that.
Why
He
did it get
said that
canceled
shit.
though?
What was that?
Mancini was commenting on his shows. When commenting on his
What
fight.
is that?
Because he
Why
don't
did
know
that fight
about
get
Dooku
canceled?
Kim. He don't know about Dooku Kim. He don't know. He don't know. Like, yo, you know Ray
Did
killed
Ruiz
somebody,
backed
right?
out? Did Ruiz backed out the fight, or why?
Nah, it's
Eventually,
I
why
mean,
did
no,
it
they
get
never
canceled?
reached the deal. They never reached the deal, which is why
man.
I'm not
telling you,
judgmental. I don't know what the fuck they offered
I don't like
Ruiz. I don't
heavyweights.
know.
Yeah.
I don't like heavyweights, man. Only Usyk. That's all. Like, and he was a cruiserweight, so he's showing more balls to the heavyweights.
I like the younger heavyweights. That's what I like. The Makhmudovs,
Yeah.
the Andersons, the
Yeah, like it's
Zalovs.
still a good division. Like if I take away because everybody's attention is centered around 3 or 4 heavyweights, which
Yeah,
is
that's right.
Usyk, Wilder, Fury, and AJ. It's not just them. There's good kids coming through. Jalalov is a good fighter. Makhmudov is a good fighter. Otto Wallin versus Gassiev is a great fight. If Gassiev could knock him out where Fury didn't, that's a statement.
I
That
think he's going to do that too. In fact.
Yo, bro, that dude is only 26 years old, and look at him, bro. That dude is he look older than me. You got hair on his knuckles, hair on his forehead, hair on his chest.
Did y'all see that
Wolverine?
Video, I think Fight Hype. They interviewed a white dude that looks like Canelo. He's a young kid talking about what do you think about the heavyweights? Like, I think Mike Tyson's overrated. He was just naming all the heavyweights.
That dude is gonna get knocked the fuck out.
I was like, what are you
and
talking about,
young
bro?
people don't understand because obviously,
They
look,
don't.
credit to the
They're
young, but that's
2000
just
babies, bro. I don't like 2000 babies.
exactly. You don't understand them guys. The average guy, forget Mike, forget Ray. Bert Cooper would fuck you up. The journeyman of back today was made out of some different shit. Then they didn't come to box. They came to fight, bro. They didn't come to box. They came to
tear
fight.
this division to shreds.
Mike
Great
Tyson
day.
made boxing his playground, bro. He changed the history of fucking boxing. That's for how I see it.
Talking about a dude, he is 19, 20 years old out here with grown ass men that's 6'3", 6'4", playing with him and tearing them up.
Yep.
And he got undisputed. And he got undisputed in 1 year. He got undisputed.
Right. You call that overrated? Fuck out of here.
I'm telling you that there's things that you're never gonna know unless you live through them. And I could tell you, a star the caliber of Mike, there's only a couple of guys that, and Floyd sold a lot. Floyd sold a lot. Don't confuse selling a lot with what people think of you.
Yes.
The only guys I seen, the only guy that I saw that really made you say, wow, was Roy. Aside from Mike, Roy. Roy made when he did that chicken wing shit off the ropes. Moop, moop, moop. Motherfuckers like, oh shit.
Yo, let me tell you something about Roy. Let me tell you something about Roy. At one point in time, outside of Mike Tyson, that was one of the scariest motherfuckers you could have ever dealt with. Let me tell you this. Fat Joe told a story after the motherfucker got knocked out. Roy stepped to his shit and asked him what that shit he was talking about. And Fat Joe, you know, he's with them Terror Squad niggas. You know, them niggas always roll deep. He said, like, Roy, you may fuck me up, but these motherfuckers know who you are. You're going to get shot and killed here. And Fat Joe said he was scared to death of Roy Jones Jr. putting them hands on him. That's how devastating that dude was. At one point in time, from 1989, from when he got out to the amateurs, before the first Tarver fight, that motherfucker was God. He was doing
here's how you
need to know about Roy Jones.
Let me tell you this, Bill Millie. Old heads don't be in the past. Young heads is jealous of the past.
Jealous of the past.
Yeah.
Because we talking about some shit because like old heads will talk about some shit that was great like anybody else would. Right. Whereas the young guys are the ones that are mad. They don't measure up. That's what like.
There are some.
That's why Wilder said he wanted to knock out Tyson.
There are some old head fanboys.
Shit like that.
Yo, let me tell you something, bro. I'm so jealous of you motherfuckers in terms of this music shit, in terms of this culture shit, in terms of life shit. Like, yo, bro, like real talk, I want my niggas to be on the same level as y'all, but I understand what happened in life. Different circumstances that bred a different amount of people. I'm telling you this now. The people back in the day had to go through more shit than motherfuckers going out right now.
They expecting like if you lived in that era of Mike and if you're fortunate enough that you lived that long and you seen how things progressed, of course you're going to talk about the great shit that you saw. Of course you are. Anybody would. But what I see, it's not that the old guys are always living in the past. Not always. It's that the young guys don't measure up. They just don't. They don't. Like, nah, you bugging. Like,
and some of it is no fault. It's no fault of ours, bro. It's no fault of ours. We just weren't groomed in that fucking type of environment. Like, yo, Mike Tyson said, yo, bro, when I was like fucking a child, I got fucking molested, bro. I went through a lot of bullshit. Yo, people don't understand the level of bullshit that these motherfuckers had to go through to fucking get to where they got to. Yo, unless you're willing to go through that shit, which a lot of people aren't, you're not gonna get there, bro. It's that fucked up.
Yo, Chris, I'll tell you one thing. The thing with the new generation, I'm probably old at like fucking. I'm probably older than Jules. I'm just saying, like those old school cats. I'm 47.
I'm the same age.
You older than me.
Yeah, I'm the same age.
These old school cats. The boxers. They only went into the ring for one fucking reason. The problem now is with the young fuckers, the young boxers, whatever. It's a dual thing. They want a publicity shit. They want popularity. They want fucking Instagram followers.
They want money.
It's not dedication just to the fucking sport. It's not dedication
publicity.
to go. It's not dedication
cash.
to go to the ring and say, you know what, my end product is to annihilate that guy, like the way that Iron Mike used to go, saying like, you know what, people will buy the ticket for this fight. People will buy the ticket for this fight and know that it could end in less than one round, if not fucking 30 seconds.
The kids back then didn't have alternatives, which is why, like Ryan, for example, Ryan would not. I'm telling you that Ryan wouldn't make it. He would not survive yesterday's lightweight. There's no way. There's no way. You know why? Those guys or that era, you didn't have the alternative of being an influencer for another arm of revenue. So those guys are fucking starving. They are starving. They're like game dogs.
They will kill.
You have that option of, well, I could get a little bit of money from my fight purse, but I could also get some money off of this other arm of revenue. Nobody hating on you for that. But it's just that, them guys back there will eat you alive. Imagine Ryan. Imagine Ryan and Bobby Chacon. Are you crazy, bro?
Ryan and Roger.
Bobby Chacon would get a body on his record.
Let me tell you something.
Chavez.
Let me tell you something. Rafael Lamone would fucking murder him.
Ray Mancini would have fucked him up.
Would body him. Like, let's talk about it. Livingston Brand.
Imagine Ryan and Super Zab. A Costia Zoo.
Bro. Jules.
Imagine Rolly back there.
Oh my God.
Rolly and Roberto Duran. And you're going to tell me you don't see a difference? There is no way on this planet, in this universe, at this frequency, that retard wins a belt in that era. In yours, he can, because yours is softer. Yeah. In that era, they scrape him out of the ring with a spatula.
Duran, I think so hard. What do y'all think about Floyd Mayweather?
Romero versus Evan.
What do y'all think about Floyd Mayweather fucking up everything because he went undefeated? Oh, that's it. Never went undisputed. Never done anything to make a bigger legacy other than being undefeated. He fucked up everything in the future after that. Everyone. I'm
not gonna. Do you know why I don't say that? Because you still have Crawford. You still have Usyk. You still have Inouye. What I'm going to say is, in the minds of a select few, and the great part is, even though he fucked up the perception of things for a while, a lot of motherfuckers snapped out of it. And nobody followed your blueprint and became as successful as you. Yeah. They know it's flawed. It is flawed.
No. They don't fully know it's flawed. I agree with the young buck. What's your name again? You're 26?
Caesar.
Chris.
Caesar,
Chris.
Yeah, Caesar. Okay, no, I was Chris. I know you, but Caesar, I'm saying I agree with you that Floyd muddied the water because all these young cats who are like fighters, they think they can only get their cachet appeal and their marquee value by being either
But
undefeated
you know what
or
Floyd
asking
said,
for
bro? Sorry to cut
ridiculous
you
fucking
off.
prices.
Right. Fact.
Floyd also did say, yo, I fought a lot of motherfuckers to get here. I did a lot of hard work to get here, bro. Like, yo, when fucking Shane Mosley wouldn't fight me at 35 when I was at 30, I had to fight them motherfuckers, bro. I had to fight Diego
Look,
Corrales at
Yeah,
30.
but
I
Chris,
had
there
to
were
fight
two
Canelo
pay
different.
when
attention,
Chris,
pay
Chris,
attention, because it's not. It doesn't all boil down to things that Floyd said. The other reality of the Floyd Mayweather era that nobody seems to understand is, yes, you were part of the biggest shows that have ever been done, but you didn't sell them by yourself. If Cotto didn't have all them Puerto Ricans behind him, you wouldn't have sold that, not by yourself.
Manny,
If Pacquiao didn't have all them fans, you wasn't gonna sell that by yourself. If
Right.
Shane, perfect example,
He
Shane
picked.
went in there, he beat the shit out of Margarito. That's what sold that Mayweather. Remember, he right before he fought Floyd,
Floyd
we
picked
fought.
the right fights at the right time. Yes.
How
It's
did
not that. It's not that. It's that the illusion is that, oh yeah, Floyd figured out
Floyd
the
did it all?
code.
Yeah.
No, you were in an era full of fighters in a more fertile environment than this one, and you were in an era full of fighters that had followings. That's why you were able to sell that much,
Exactly.
because it wasn't just you; it was Manny too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yo,
Jules,
Canelo. Everybody think that he gave Canelo an opportunity. No. The only reason he fought Canelo was because he already had a fan base.
Yeah.
That's
He
why
already
he
had a
fought.
How did
fan base,
Berto
yeah.
do? How did he do with
Jules,
Berto?
let me ask you this: it was probably, was it after? It would have to be after the Oscar De La Hoya Mayweather era that his perception or his business model changed, because he became Money Mayweather, not Pretty Boy
Yeah,
Floyd.
it was. Yeah, and I get so sick of hearing Pretty Boy was. I get so look. This is what I know, dog. Oscar had a following. Canelo had a following. Manny had a following. Marquez had a following. Cotto had a following. Shane had a following.
Yeah.
But people look back on those fights like, oh yeah, everybody was just paying to see Floyd. No, they fucking weren't, bro. What are you talking about? What?
Paying
They
to
was
him to lose.
It's yeah, and that's the other thing that they act like those were a lot of those people that paid to see those fights were not his fans. A lot of them didn't like him. A lot of them still don't. That's why you don't hear people talk about him like how they talk about Roy. Like Roy was a bad motherfucker.
Legend.
Yeah.
Right.
Roy,
Mike Tyson
Bad
was
motherfucker.
even Larry Holmes. You can say what the fuck you want. Everybody that saw them fights, no. He got robbed in the Sphinx. He got robbed, bro.
the second one, not the first one.
But let me tell you something about
Not the
Larry
first
Holmes.
one.
So I think Larry gets more hate than fucking Floyd ever did, because Larry beat the most famous fighter of all
Ali.
time, bar fucking none, Ali. And the way he did it. And you remember when Larry Holmes smacked the shit out of Ali? People remember these things. You're never going to be fucking putting.
They never gonna forgive you for that. That's why I never forgave Oscar for beating Chavez. I have always hated Oscar. Only in recent years did I come to appreciate the career that he had looking back. But I always hated Oscar for beating Chavez. Always hated him for that.
Yeah,
Chavez was my guy when I was a kid.
Yep. No, with Ali though, that was you could have argued that was as much his fault, because the debate on that was, should Muhammad Ali be fighting anymore?
Yeah,
and he was the one that stepped. He was the one that stepped in there to fight.
Man,
so
no one's
he
gonna be
should have been
logical
fighting
with an Ali fight. Go get out of here.
Yeah, like they're gonna hate you regardless, bro. They're gonna hate you regardless, just because you beat them. It's just like that. Like you beat the hero or whatever. So I don't say that to like, oh, Floyd was no good and Floyd was bad. Just that the people that really exalt him now, yeah, I could tell everything you know about Floyd, you learned on YouTube or Facebook boxing groups. You did. I watched Floyd
Or by
whole
listening to
career.
Floyd.
I watched his whole career. That's how I know Top Rank built him.
Top Rank.
Top Rank built him. That's how. Why you want to know why he's so good? Top Rank. Yeah, of course, Roger and C. Of course, like I'm not discounting that they had a major role in that, but a big part of the reason he was so successful was because he wasn't a bitch. I'm sorry to tell you, Pretty Boy was not a bitch. He wanted Oscar years before they fought. He wanted Shane years before they fought. They wouldn't touch him. So when he finally got into a position of power, turned into an asshole. Well, hey, that's normal. I ain't even mad at that. It's just that they look at Floyd like he a god. I'm like, yo, y'all motherfuckers really don't know shit about boxing.
But like you
I
were
really
saying, when
don't.
Floyd turned into an asshole,
I
like
see
yo,
that.
I feel for Floyd in that respect because ultimately Floyd called Nassim Hamed out. Floyd called them dudes out, and it was like, and them dudes ducked him. So when Floyd gave him, when Floyd violated these niggas like fucking Oscar, bringing out the chicken and shit. Yo, that's for years of you ducking him, bro. Because I remember when Floyd was fucking niggas up, nobody cared.
He was
And
ducking
it's
Manny
not.
for a while, though, dude.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, but
I do.
Manny, you can't tell it that way because Manny dragged it too. That's why I mean it. It's like there's too much polarization without fact. The fact is, Manny didn't want to take that test at first. That's a fact. That is a fact. That doesn't make Floyd a saint. I'm just saying, Manny not a saint either. You didn't want to take that test, bro. He gonna take the same. He gonna take. And once again, y'all know how I feel about Peds. I don't care. I'm just telling you what happened, bro. How you? Take the test, bro. He's gonna take the test. You both take it. You do what you do in the ring. Nah, you drug this out too.
Think about it like this. One thing about Floyd, he knows boxing, and one thing about Emmanuel Stewart, he knows boxing too. Like, yo, Emmanuel Stewart said during the Davis Diaz fight, I'm quite surprised that Manny Pacquiao was still able to maintain his physique for how small a guy he was. At 135, he said, like, hey, Manny should start to only go up to this weight class because he's smaller and shit. Not only did he go up to 147, he dominated a guy who was a lot bigger than him and was just walking through bigger and bigger dudes. And like, I can understand why Floyd had that trepidation because real fucking talk, Manny was doing shit that, yo, to this
but
day,
all you telling me is that Floyd was nervous. That's all you telling me. Because for you to have a point, that would imply that Floyd was clean. And the older I get, the more I realize, no, he wasn't. They both were dirty. They both were dirty. And you sound nervous. That's all I see. All I see is you're nervous of him. That's
Floyd
what I
caught
see.
something in his arm, right? An IV in his arm.
Yeah, but you have to have a certain level of common sense. That like, yo, you think that Floyd is this church, like this guy that like, nah, bro. That to me, everybody, to me, they all on some shit, bro. They all are. All of them.
Like, all you need to know is that Floyd had exemptions in his contract for elevated TNA ratios.
So if I'm of the opinion, that's my opinion. I'm not going to treat it like it's effective. I'm of the opinion that you on some shit, and so was he. Why you talking about anti-doping this, anti-doping that? Because you're nervous. And I picked Floyd to win, by the way. I could show you the Facebook post. I was right. I picked Floyd to win. So I'm not a hate. All this shit that you just hate. No, I just stick to fucking facts. All right. And I'm
Tim Bradley also said. You remember when Tim Bradley was supposed to fight Floyd Mayweather, and he also heard that there was a sample from Mayweather's camp allegedly because it wasn't fully proven that hey he failed that test, and Tim was like, yo, what the fuck is going on over there? People failed to realize that Floyd was on some bullshit. And also, didn't you have Alex Ariza in your camp? And another thing, you remember that 24/7 when fucking I think USADA came and waited 10 hours for this nigga to piss?
I'm saying, like you gotta be naive. You either gotta be a dick rider or naive to not just see the shit for what it is. Yo, you was on something and so was he. Neither one of you ever tested hot for anything to date. Neither Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather, not publicly. Who knows behind closed doors? But not publicly have they ever tested positive for a banned substance. But do I believe they were? Oh yeah, they both were. They both were. But what's the difference? Why are you complaining about it? Take your peds versus my peds, and we'll see who's better. Let's get it on, bro. What the fuck?
Yo, Julius panel. All I have to say is like Floyd. The one thing I have worried about that motherfucker is just his self-worth. He feels that his relevancy is like dwindling, if not completely evaporating, and he's losing it. He's gonna be like one of those old fighters. He's gonna be like one of those old fighters in the old age home with all his belts and all his shit surrounding him in the room, and him just talking to himself, because that's like fucking Like that shit when there was on the thing when he was supposed to give up props to fucking Terrence Crawford. He couldn't say one word fucking proper about fucking Terrence.
No. It ain't even that. Floyd is not beloved, nor will he ever be. How do I know? At the height of his popularity, they had him do an award show, right? Y'all know Floyd is little. They find the tallest bitch on the planet.
I think I know what you're going to talk about.
Maria Sharapova, right? Maria Sharapova.
She made Floyd look like Frodo. She made Floyd look like Frodo. If that ain't the most and you know that they did it on purpose.
What clip
you know
is that?
they did.
I didn't see that. What clip? On what?
Bro,
video?
look it up. He's
It's
the
typing
bitches.
Floyd Mayweather, Maria Sharapova.
What awards was it?
Recently, Chris Julius Caesar. Recently, there was a video of AJ Anthony Joshua probably into, and then Floyd was standing beside him.
And everybody went to AJ.
The bitch walked right past him. The bitch walked right past him.
Smallest guy.
Hey, he had the look on his face. Floyd was disappointed. He had that look on his face.
This is what I'm telling you.
There was that Latina chick. She backed up to AJ. She was like, "Yo, man, give me some grips, man." And fucking Floyd is standing there.
Floyd is like,
she probably thought she probably thought that Floyd was his caddy carrying his
chauffeur.
Was that in London, in England, United Kingdom?
No, I think that was in the United States. This is what I mean. And like, we laughing, right? Because the shit is funny. But I'm not a hater, bro. I'm just I'm telling you the truth. They're like, no, people don't think of Floyd the way they think of Ali. They don't. They don't.
No, that'll never happen.
Think of Floyd how they don't think of Floyd exactly. They don't think of him like they really don't. Like, I'm not making that up. I'm not being a hater. I'm dead ass. A lot of people, even at the height of his popularity, they was trying to violate. Wow, well, a part of it, you took a shot at Ali. What do you expect?
Right.
You think that because you have an unbeaten record, you got it in your head that because you had an unbeaten record, that people gonna look at you better than him. No, they not. They look at him as being courageous. Sometimes you gonna lose.
And Sugar Ray was like the golden boy. He was like the American golden boy.
Sugar Ray was he's still talking about to this day. You talking about I'm 50-0 or 51-0, right, bro? For starters, you talking about Marciano's record.
Yeah.
Nobody I'm not gonna violate Rocky, right? But I'm gonna just say that why is your little ass comparing yourself to a heavyweight? That's a heavyweight record. That's a heavyweight record. Finito Lopez retired. Finito Lopez retired undefeated. He retired undefeated, bro.
Yep.
What you talking about? Your whole and because his fans don't know nothing, like, these dudes that act like that shit is a religion.
Right.
They think they swear by everything he say just because he said. I'm like, man, you were built to follow. That's what you were built for. You were built to follow. That you can't put this like, bro. Okay, congratulations. You have more fights than Rocky Marciano. Awesome.
That's it.
Name the wins of his that are better than Ezra Charles,
and he
Jersey
fought
Joe
Conor
Walcott,
McGregor.
and Archie
Get the
Moore.
fuck out of here. That doesn't count.
Great, bro.
No.
Like, yo, bro.
He fought
Name
Conor
a win
McGregor
of
and they
fucking
counted
Floyd's
it. Get the
resume
fuck out of
that's
here.
better than fucking Sonny Liston. Nothing.
Bro,
Nothing,
one Ali fight, just one
fight.
just one that to me is better than anything Floyd ever did in his life. Is the Foreman fight, right? You talk about like I know that Ali ended up all fucked up. I think Floyd makes a valid point about protecting yourself and taking. I don't think he's bad or all this shit. I'm just saying that a part of the reason people were never gonna look at you the way they look at him. Oh, that Foreman fight. Bro, that shit is. I get goosebumps just watching footage of the buildup. Yo, they thought Ali was gonna die, bro. They thought he was gonna die.
Yeah.
This dude took Joe Frazier and wiped his ass with him in 2 rounds, bro. This Frazier that you went 15 rounds with, life or death, and he beat you. He gave you your first loss. George took that man, wiped his ass with him, and threw him.
And
Fuck you.
He did the same to Norton, basically.
Use them as a bowling ball.
And they want to
Yo,
complain
bro,
that Floyd.
did y'all hear the fucking beginning of that fight when Ali was looking at his camp and saying, "Yo, I don't give a goddamn about George Foreman, and if you motherfuckers better raise your vibrations because he got in that ring and he beat Foreman ass." It's like that dude was special, man. Grimy Capricorn nigga, but he was special, man.
Bro, Floyd.
See, the thing is,
it's against Conor McGregor, though. Why is that counted?
Yeah,
Why is that counted?
That's the shit that it's
Caesar,
like if
listen.
we're just thinking about what people think about these fighters and why they feel the way they do about some of these fighters, that even though Floyd, look, he had a successful career, and yeah, he had a great career. I'm not even taking that from him. But I myself, being a Mayweather fan, that I was a Mayweather fan, I never looked like, I don't look at him like I looked at Ali, bro. Ali was just some special.
You don't even look at him like you look at Chavez, bro. Let's keep it a buck.
Oh yeah, not Chavez.
Chavez was 89-0 when he finally got it.
But like
the problem with
he has it in his head that because he never lost, that he is unbeaten. Yo, bro, listen, bro. Duran went up to middleweight and he started out at lightweight. You would never. Yeah. You bugging. You would never.
He beat Barkley.
Right, exactly. I was just gonna say that, Jules. Is that these guys? Like, if Floyd thinks that the zero, the O, is like this kind of, this fucking bulletproof vest that he has to put himself high above others and being like, oh, they should put a cape on my back. I'm fucking Superman. You know what I mean? And the problem is a lot of these.
That dude, like, look, you was talking shit about Golovkin, for example, right? You was talking shit about Golovkin. I didn't pressure Floyd to fight Golovkin, right? I didn't. I always felt, look, a lot of y'all not gonna agree with me, but Floyd might get destroyed, not beat, destroyed. You are a very little, light punching little man. You are not built to take punches, and they think that boxing is X-Men. No, because it slips. He has powers. Bro, I'm telling you, if he hit this little motherfucker, he's going to fall apart. I'm telling you.
Kell Brook was bigger and more durable than Floyd Mayweather. Look what happened to him.
Yeah. And my point is, look, I didn't pressure Floyd to go up there and fight Golovkin, but you the one talking shit. You talk, he's basic, straight up and down. All right, go get him. Then go get him. You won't. Now, here's what I know. Duran, who done been through it, that little motherfucker is at 135. And he went up there and he didn't beat Hagler, but he fought him.
But he fought him. And he get knocked out.
You wouldn't do that.
You get knocked out.
Never.
Yeah.
You would never.
Man,
you'll talk shit though. You'll talk shit, but you won't fight him. You won't.
Duran
and that's the current marring of the current boxing landscape, is that like these guys will not test their skill set because in deep down they go, oh fuck, as soon as I get an O, my cachet value is gonna deplete. I'm not gonna I can't fucking ask for inflated cash purses, blah blah blah. So that why should they test themselves? It'll be like, and they're calculating as the whole term cherry pick. They're cherry picking their fucking their destination. Look at Gervonta, right?
I'm not gonna think of Floyd in that. And the older I get, the more I realize that a lot of those arguments were preposterous. Like, oh yeah, let's put Mayweather in there with Leonard. The older I get, the more I realize, Leonard would fucking wash him, bro.
Yo, Jules.
Pernell would
wash him.
Pernell would school him, I think.
Oh, Pernell wash him, bro. You bugging.
Chat. Let me tell you something. You gotta remember, Roberto Duran, in all seriousness, is a quitter, right? Motherfucker went up and beat a fucking dude who was a massive puncher at 160 and fucked him up and made it kind of look easy. So when Floyd was talking all that shit about Golovkin, he quit against Leonard. Oh, he beat Aaron Barkley too. He beat Davey Moore right after he lost to fucking Leonard badly, almost ended his career. So you can talk all the shit you want about Duran and say this, that, the third. Yo, Duran would cream you at 147. Duran would
the shit is that's the thing that they bring up to quit. Like, yeah, he quit against Leonard in the second fight. You do realize he won the first though, and you don't have a win like that, Floyd. Nah, you don't. You don't. You literally don't. Don't say Manny. Don't say Manny. You and him were old when y'all fought. That fight was overdue. You and him.
And
him.
Marquez already knocked him out 3 years earlier, so it was like.
And this is what I mean, that a lot of these guys that they get brought up or whatever, or why do they get brought up, is because they did something that was very fucking difficult. Leonard was the guy, and Lil ass Duran beat him.
Bro,
Then he
Leonard
quit.
When I found out he beat Hagler.
Yo, bro, that shows you how great Esteban de Jesus was, bro. For him to give fucking Duran his first loss. And, bro, he lost the other 2 fights against Duran. And let me tell you this. He was the first guy to knock Duran down twice in those fucking fights. The second fight, he knocked Duran down again. And this is when Duran was actually trained for that fight. And he went through hell on earth. So, like, yo, Floyd doesn't even have an Esteban de Jesus type level win on his record. So, like, who the fuck is he to say, "Oh, I'm better than all these dudes"?
I think he was the greatest of his era, right? I do think he was the greatest of his era, and he's certainly in the ATG conversation. I do think those things, but I'm like, nah, like y'all blow this shit out of proportion. Like he really the greatest that ever did it because you fucking brainwashed. Like, yeah, you brainwashed. Let him stick around long enough. See, this is the weird shit. Go ahead, stick around long enough that Crawford comes around. I think he would have beat Spence. I personally think if he would have fought him, he would have beat him. I think that Brooke would have gave him problems. I don't think that Brooke would have beat him, but I do think Brooke would have gave him some problems because Brooke was
Thurman
big.
would have beaten him.
No, I don't think Thurman would have beat him.
Thurman would have beat him.
Thurman went through hell and back with Soto Caras and Luis Collazo. Like, no, not Thurman.
Winky Wright would have been a problem for him.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if your shit is you figured out that if you stick around long enough, you're going to lose. I'm not a hater. If you want to retire, retire. But this illusion that, that's bullshit, bro. You're not the fucking best ever, bro. Get the fuck out of here. It's childish. That is just fucking... What, is Rocky Marciano the best heavyweight ever because he never lost? That's a fucking joke. If you're saying that because you retired undefeated, that you're the best ever, that's what you're saying, right? Is Rocky Marciano the best ever then? No, right? Nobody thinks that.
And let's look at Rocky Marciano. You fought a lot of old fucking dudes that came up in weight, and not only did them old dudes come up in weight, they were beating the shit out of you. Like, yo, bro, fucking as a Charles almost punched your nose off your fucking face.
He was an old though.
Jersey Joe Walcott was a fucking senior citizen beating.
He knocked out Charles though.
He wasn't.
Yeah, Ezra Charles was still in his prime when he fought.
Don't be shitting on Rocky's record too much.
That's not the point. That's not the point. The point is that retiring undefeated doesn't make you the greatest that ever did it. Look, I'm sorry, Andre Ward retired undefeated, but I wholeheartedly believe if you stick around long enough, Bivol or Better Beef might get you.
Yeah, Kawasaki retired undefeated.
It's the styles. Andre Ward, elite Andre Ward, is a mid-range to inside fighter. I don't think you take shots from Better Beef at that range. No, you got dropped by a jab from Kirk Kovalev. A jab. You fight this guy. I'm not going to accuse him of ducking. I'm just saying that if you stick around long enough, you're going to get got. Floyd knew that. Got up out of there. I ain't mad at you. But you're not the best ever. You are not the best ever. No, you're not.
No. Joe Walcott dropped Rocky Marciano, which no one has ever done.
Yeah.
Rocky Marciano knocked his ass out.
Yep.
But y'all want to say he's
Joe
old
Walcott
and
was
all
one
this.
of the hardest hitters back then.
Yes.
He knocked out Charles. Charles.
And then Rocky went on to fight Archie Moore.
Yeah.
He was a champion.
It's not even. But see, this shit. It's not even. The idea that because Floyd retired undefeated is predicated on his obsession with Rocky Marciano. The whole 49-0 thing was predicated on his obsession with beating Rocky's record, not realizing, Brody, you ask most people, if you take a poll of who the greatest heavyweights were, Rocky probably don't come in the top 3.
Right?
No way.
No, he doesn't. Like
maybe
I think Rocky gets too much shit, and I don't think he goes top 3.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think he gets too much. No, I think he's overrated. No, I think Rocky is overrated, but I don't think he was bad. But I do think he's over. Oh yeah, he was overrated. He was overrated. But so is Floyd. Yeah, he's overrated. You're fucking overrated. You retired undefeated. Stick around.
Rocky,
Round, bro. What are you doing?
Undefeated, never
I
win
will say
undefeated.
Rocky
Undefeated, never
absolutely-
win undisputed. Undefeated, never
Rocky
win
absolutely
undisputed.
did duck the Sonny Liston smoke.
No, he was gone by then.
Rocky?
No,
Rocky was done by then.
Yeah, Sonny Liston
Sonny
had
Liston was
become
coming
big
up.
until
He
the
saw
late
that
50s.
shit. He
Sonny
saw that
was
shit coming.
upcoming.
No, it wasn't. Sonny Liston became a big contender in the late 50s.
In the late 50s, yeah.
I just think they're both overrated. But
Yeah.
Floyd had an obsession with Rocky's record. I don't understand. Maybe it's because some people, a minority of individuals, thought that Rocky was A, B, C, and D. I don't pick Rocky to beat Ali no day of the week, or Joe Frazier. I don't pick him to beat Nita. I don't pick him to beat. No way. No way. No way. Look at what happened to your nose, bruh. Look at what happened to your nose, bruh.
What about it?
Ali, forget. I ain't even gonna say Ali that 4-4. Man, Cassius will mess you up. He too quick, too fast.
Cassius.
Cassius.
I don't know. I still say Rocky, but it's to all opinion.
Mayweather's whole obsession is Rocky, but why are you obsessed with a heavyweight?
You should be obsessed with Sugar Ray Robinson.
Floyd Mayweather lost to Castillo.
Thank you. You said it.
That's a
you should be obsessed with. If you was trying to beat a record, you should have been looking at Robinson's. You know you ain't gonna beat that. You know you ain't gonna beat that. You know that.
What was it, like 102?
Bro, Robinson fought a lot of motherfuckers. He won some fights, lost some fights, but you.
Oh,
and I'm saying like,
wins. He had 200 wins, basically, right? He had like 180 wins.
I don't know what planet he fucking came from. He fucking decided, I'm just gonna beat the shit out of everything I can. Fuck you. I'm just gonna beat the shit out of everything I can. Fuck, this is different shit.
And he had 100 knockouts.
Motherfucker think that because you look at that and you pay homage, oh, you just a hater. No, bro, you just...
174 wins, only 19 losses. What the
109 knockouts. He knocked out 109 guys.
That motherfucker knocked out more men than Floyd fought. 2 times.
Right? Exactly.
It's 175, 19 and 6 with 100 KOs. That's fucking ridiculous, bro. Think about it. He went, I think he went 40 and 0 or some shit like that. He loses to fucking
Jake LaMotta.
And he wins, and he goes on
beats him 3 more times.
Win streak of 89.
Yeah.
89 and fucking 80. So he was 128 and fucking 1, bro.
One.
What type of shit is that?
Yep.
Bruh, that dude was fucking Goku, bro. That dude
He
was
getting his
Goku,
white
bro.
Willie Pep, by comparison, as well. For guys back then.
That's the shit, and they get mad when you bring up Willie Pep. They get mad when you bring up Robinson.
141 and 1.
Henry Armstrong.
His first loss was in 43. His next loss was in 1951. What the fuck?
Oh, that motherfucker didn't lose for like 7. And look, it's not hate. It's just that, like, yo, Floyd, like, you gotta. And ain't nobody gonna be real because everything is hating these days. Anybody that you say it's all hating, like, nah, you just on that motherfucker's dick.
I'm surprised if you bring up Sugar Ray or something like that or Ali. There are guys out there that would say that Floyd is still better than him.
Yeah,
it's like amazing. They fly flaws in both Ali and like Sugar Ray as though to try and up their man.
Who the fuck is Ali's Sonny Liston? I mean, who the fuck is Floyd's Sonny Liston?
Yeah,
who?
There is none.
Oscar. Ooh, what you gonna say? Chico? Chico is his Sonny Liston.
All I know is when
Emmanuel
Floyd
Augustus,
is like,
that's his Sonny Liston.
all I know is when Floyd's feeling down, man, and he feels like his relevancy is losing it. He'll compare himself to the prevalence of today's good fighter, the Terrences, the fucking Inuis, and then he'll feel down and he'll call Ellerby to slick him up with some grease. He's gonna come back to my house, man. I'm feeling bad.
I think
he had a great career. I think he had a great career, and he doesn't need any of us to tell him that he was successful. Of course, he was successful. Yeah. He knows he was successful. But this idea that he's just this immaculate in industry, like, bro, what the fuck? This is not a comic book, bro. It's not. It's not a comic book, array. You just stick around long enough for certain shit to happen. There were 1 or 2 fights you could have had that maybe you would have lost. You never know. Who cares? But just because you didn't lose doesn't make you the greatest. Nah, it
It
doesn't.
doesn't.
It
It doesn't.
doesn't.
That's not.
Let me
It
tell you
makes you very
something.
good.
Floyd would
It
have
makes
lost
you. It makes you in the
legitimately.
conversation, but it doesn't make you the best. There's no way. I mean,
Floyd
There's
would
no
have lost
fucking way,
legitimately. He would have
bro.
had a mental breakdown. Like
But
real
that's
talk,
his
he would have
litmus.
lost.
That's his litmus into his own mind.
dude, I think Bud would beat him. I think Bud has more tools
I,
than him.
I just
Yeah.
honestly, and I don't like. I haven't even entertained Tim Bradley's comments yet. I want to make a video about that, but it's like, if you just look at the boxing, listen, man, you ain't come up against nobody like that. That is a fact. You did not come up against nobody like that. You didn't.
Bud's got power, which is very underrated. I mean, Floyd never had that.
You, by the time you got to 47, you didn't have no power because your hands was all fucked up. This dude will fight you out of the southpaw, out of the orthodox, give you different looks. He's fast, he's strong, he's mean. Ever since he got the welterweight, he been knocking everything out.
Yep.
Floyd would never fight Bud because Bud had a longer reach than him.
Yeah.
And if you think Floyd's gonna walk to Bud with a high guard, Floyd would get the shit beat out of him.
Yeah.
All the shit he does against southpaws when he keeps his hands up and do all that shit, he not doing that to Bud at all.
I'm telling you,
I think about how that shit look, bro, and I'm like, motherfucker not gonna like it. I'm like, yo, but I could, if I just think about how they be moving and shit, I'm like, yo, I could see Bud knocking him out.
Yep.
Shane caught you, bro. Remember that? Don't let Bud hit you like that. He'll finish. Shane couldn't. Remember, Shane got all frenzied after he landed the shot, and he just started hopping up like a dickhead, like, bro, calm down. You remember?
If you show,
Zab Judah knocked him down. Zab Judah knocked him down. It wasn't called. You remember that? Zab Judah knocked him down.
If you show someone who's never seen boxing a day in their life, if you show them the Floyd versus Castillo fight, you say, "Oh yeah, Floyd lost, definitely." Yeah.
Oh,
fucking definitely.
Zab Judah technically should have won that fight by
It's like motherfuckers know, like, yo, and that's why I'm like, look, man, Floyd was great. I'm not gonna say Floyd. Look, Floyd legitimately established himself as the greatest of his era, but not the greatest of all time. Like,
not of all time.
You bugging, like, nah.
His all time is probably 2010 and above. That's his all time.
Of his era, which was, you know, Bradley, Cotto, Marquez, Manny, Judah. A lot of good guys, not even bad guys, great guys. I'm not saying they're bad, but you not the greatest of four. Like, are you crazy? You crazy?
Pep,
nah.
Bro, Pep would have fucking beat Mayweather if he would have went up.
But just in a general sense, it's like, what? So what do you guys tell yourselves that because nobody beat him in his era, that makes him unbeatable? He cannot beat like you watch a lot of cartoons, I guess.
Yeah.
If you think that, like, anybody can be beat, bro. Just stick around long enough. Anybody can be beat.
His fanboys is just, will he beat Conor?
It's the evolution fallacy. They think that what came before is by necessity worse than what is right now.
Yeah, literally. When it's the other, it's the other way around. The guys back then, they was made out of some different shit, man. The steaks was steaking. The rice was ricing. All right, they was eating better, being stronger, and being meaner, bro.
They were fighting to kill,
bro.
Bro, when you think about the jobs that motherfuckers had, motherfucker be all the way in the sky building a skyscraper. They're hurling fucking bolts at the shit, carrying them with a bucket, no harness. All like, bro, I get scared thinking about your job, let alone doing that. Like, nah, B, I don't.
They didn't give a fuck back then. Yeah,
they didn't give a fuck back then, bro. I like now, bro.
Nah,
James J. Braddock, the Cinderella Man, when his hand got broken, he had to work in the pyre. What did he do? He worked on his other hand. He made his other hand big and strong.
Literally.
Wow.
It's like
Jack Johnson. You got
them
Jack
15,
Johnson.
just 15-round fighters in general, and you could go back to any fight of those older fights, that 80s era and that 90s era, and you notice almost immediately the intensity of the fighters and the intensity of the fight. They're like, nah, this motherfucker acting like he fucking want to kill him. You know what I'm saying?
One of the greatest fighters that I've seen, probably Nicolino Loche, with that head movement.
Yeah, but Nicolino was
Yeah.
nice, but I'll tell you what gets me about Nicolino.
He had no
fought
power.
a lot of fucking 10-rounders in a 15-round era. A lot of people don't know that shit about you, but I do. You fought in a lot of fucking 10-rounders.
He won by
That's
decision.
weird. That's weird. What, you ain't got no legs after 11? Go look at the shit. Go look at his box rack. How many 10-rounders is in that shit? That is weird. Same way, for me, it was weird. Rocky, you are 32 years old with 49 fights. The fuck you look like retiring? I know. His back. Well, whatever, motherfucker. Whatever. Same shit I say for Ward. You had one fight.
Andre Ward.
Go undisputed. You had one fight. You didn't do it.
Yeah.
All right, motherfucker.
32, yeah. He was 32 and he was young. I don't know how old he was, but nah, he didn't want to face with Vols and the Better BFs and the.
I'm just that you cannot be the greatest super middleweight. You cannot be the greatest super middleweight to me. Like we not
He's
That's
overrated.
That's why Ward hates
like
fucking Canelo.
Yeah, because Canelo did in his division.
He passed his legacy. He passed
did in
his
his.
legacy.
I firmly believe that's why he comes at him, because when Canelo was gonna fight Golovkin, Ward liked Canelo. He goes to super middleweight and he made that history, and you started to see it. They're like, oh, he don't like that shit.
Less than a year, undisputed. Less than a year, undisputed. Ward is like, come on now.
Ward is really sensitive when it comes to both Golovkin and Canelo. It's kind of sad.
Andre Ward's a Stephen A. Smith of fucking boxing right now. I don't like him.
Bro, Ward hated Golovkin, bro, and it's like, bro, like you shouldn't hate him, because what you really mad at is that he popping. That people like watching him fight. It's exciting. People get really hurt. He gets knockouts, you know. But that's whereas you're more cerebral.
Kovalev, what you think?
Yo, any of you cats watching the UK shit right now?
Yo, matter of fact, let me get off this live. Yeah, let's fucking shit. Saludos Rain, congrats, 20,000 subs. Been here since 2K subs. All Full House intro. Pound for pound, Bud is a better fighter. Appreciate you, bro. To me, Floyd and Canelo both frauds and destroyed boxing. Well, I don't agree with that. I don't think either of them destroyed boxing either. Like,
who said that? Let me pop with the drop, bro. Get on this live. We will fucking cook your dumb ass right now.
I don't agree that Floyd destroyed boxing. It's just that some people wanted to think they figured out the Mayweather blueprint, and they didn't, because the part of the blueprint they always leave out is you don't have Floyd's ceiling to follow his blueprint. You don't. Like you know, guys like Keith and Errol probably thought, yeah, you think you on the Mayweather blueprint, but you're not. Javante probably, yeah, you think you got the Mayweather blueprint, but you don't. For all the shit we just said about Floyd, one thing you got to give him is he was fucking people up.
And he was
Julius,
more skillful than all of them.
Julius Gervonta could have gotten the Mayweather blueprint if he did top up Yaya when he was living at his place, I think.
Not even that. Javante could have got the Mayweather blueprint if you would have took care of business at 130, which you didn't. You could have beat Andrew Cancio. You could have beat Alberto Machado. You could have. You would have been favored to win those fights. You didn't want to fight shit. You would have been favored to beat Tevin Farmer. You didn't want to fight shit. You would have been favored to beat Miguel Burchell. You didn't want to fight shit. You would have been favored to beat Oscar Valdez, who beat Miguel Burchell. You didn't want to fight shit.
You didn't want to fight shit.
You would have been favored to beat Linares. You wouldn't have been favored to beat Lomachenko, but you would have been favored to beat Linares. You didn't want to fight shit. You didn't want to fight nobody. That's not how Floyd became Floyd. And for all the shit we just gave him, Floyd became Floyd by fighting whoever would fight him. Diego was a somebody. Diego was a somebody. Super Zab was a somebody. Castillo was a somebody. Angel Manfredi. You can't get Davis with a halfway decent fucking lightweight, let alone somebody. You want us to build him a church because he fought Isaac, as if Isaac fought somebody.
What's Gervonta's box rec stats?
Bro, I don't even look at that shit. It get me nauseous. Let me get the fuck out of here. Been a pleasure. I'm gonna go eat. I'm fucking hungry.
Me
I
too,
might have to go to
bitch.
sleep.
Thanks for having us,
I need
Jules.
food. Fucking hungry.